Anthony, Fox News, to possibly deploy to Minneapolis after President Trump threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act to deal with days of anti-ICE protests and clashes with federal officers following two recent immigration enforcement-related shootings.
This act was clearly designed to intimidate the people of Minneapolis. And here's the thing. We're not going to be intimidated.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, a Democrat, tells CNN State of the Union sending in troops would be ridiculous. One of the protests yesterday was inside a St. Paul church.
A group of protesters stormed and disrupted a Sunday church service because of one of the pastor's possible connections to ICE. The U.S. Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights announced there would be a federal probe over this, writing this on X. The Civil Rights Division is investigating the potential violations of the Federal FACE Act by these people, desecrating a house of worship and interfering with Christian worshipers.
Fox's Doug Luzader. There was also a demonstration in Greenland, the territory the president wants the U.S. to take over as he threatens tariffs on European allies that don't support him.
President Trump says 8 countries who oppose his attempts to take over Greenland, a self-governing part of Denmark, will face import taxes from next month. Greenlanders came out to protest at the weekend.
I think it's a little bit silly and a bit sad.
A threat again and again.
I hope that the American people as well get their eyes opened. This is not a good way to treat anybody.
President Trump says the U.S. needs Greenland for national security.
As Fox's Jonathan Savage, a railroad disaster in Spain. Crews are going through the wreckage looking for more victims after at least 39 people were killed when a high-speed train went off the tracks last night and crashed into another passenger train going the other direction. Some people thrown out of windows, bodies found hundreds of feet away. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Just one more win to go. Clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, but it is cold. 17 degrees. It feels like it's -1 outside. We're only going up to 22. A cold weather advisory is in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. Bloomington is gearing up for a championship celebration.
The city of Bloomington is closing off road traffic here on Kirkwood Avenue and will have extra police on hand as thousands of fans show up to cheer on the Hoosiers.
Once the doors open, we'll be going from 0 to 100 in about 3.2 seconds.
Staff are preparing for game day in a different way at Nick's English Hut, adding extra security, shifts, and stocking up all weekend ahead of a rush of cream and crimson pouring in to watch the Hoosiers.
That's Wish TV's Tim Spears reporting, and it is IU in Miami tonight for the national title. Head coach Curt Cignetti says that since arriving in Miami this weekend, the team is focused and they're treating it like any other game.
It's been a great story, right? And it's been fast progress, kind of surreal to some degree. It's a big story nationally. I get that, but that's separate from our team mindset right now.
Game coverage starts at 6:30 tonight right here on 93.1 WIBC. Vice President J.D. Vance calling out Indiana Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray in a post on X Saturday. He weighed in after the Virginia State Senate moved forward with its plan to redraw their congressional maps. Vance argued that Bray didn't push back hard enough against state Democrats and said that the move would weaken the influence of the Indiana Republican voters compared to those in Virginia. 2 people showed up at Community East Hospital last night with gunshot wounds, say police. Both were listed in stable condition. Indy Metro Police are not saying where the shootings happened or whether the 2 people hurt were hurt in the same incident. Investigators are also looking into an early morning house fire Sunday in Bloomington that left 2 people dead and 2 others injured. Deputies found a car that had crashed into a garage. The 2 people that were burned were taken to Indianapolis hospitals. Cops found a person that they think set the home on fire in a wooded area right by the home. Charges are pending. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute on a Monday morning at 6:04.
Applied Innovation customer Tom. Applied Innovation customer Tom Cripps, CFO with Hungerford CPAs and Advisors, depends heavily on Applied Innovation during tax season for copiers, printers, and also secure shredding services.
We have a heavy need during tax season for a lot of documents that we need to confidentially dispose of.
Applied Innovation keeps your business up and running during critical times?
Absolutely. I mean, they've been great, and the service has been second to none.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple from a partner you can trust.
The bottom line benefit is fast service, keeping the business up and running in efficient times and times that we need to get things done quickly. And I would say that trust relationship with Applied that they've provided with us and us with them, that we can count on them when we need to.
Applied Innovation, people you can count on. Call today 800-521-0983 or visit appliedinnovation.com. Applied Innovation, fast, friendly, amazing.
All right, I'm checking the east side, and ice reported on I-70 at Post Road. Also southbound 65, ice reported on the Georgetown Road Bridge. And we have more of that downtown 6570 at Washington Street. And that is ice reported as well at the Washington Street Bridge. So if you could have ice in those spots, you could have ice on any bridge or underpass, or especially the ramps here today. Please be careful. It is wicked cold. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first, so what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Matt, for the unofficial forecast, it is wicked cold. Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What do you got? Wicked cold?
It is really, really cold. Absolutely. We have that cold weather advisory in effect here for the rest of the day. In fact, we've already hit our high temperature for the day today. We're going to fall to around 10 degrees by late morning. More importantly than that, wind chills between 5 and 15 degrees below zero all day long. Tonight, the winds will ease up, partly cloudy, frigid, a low of 6, but wind chills will be as cold as 10 below. Tuesday, partly cloudy, we're a little better, but still well below average, a high of 25. Wednesday, briefly warmer, mostly cloudy, a chance of light rain and snow, a high of 40. Thursday, partly cloudy, and again, cold highs into the upper 20s.
Yeah, that's wicked cold. Thank you very much, Marcus. Right now, it is 6:07 Monday morning. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in on the holiday. We got our holiday team together. Kylan is producing on special assignment. And then, of course, Matt Bear, who doesn't know how to take vacation at all, which I'm very happy about, by the way. I'm glad that I get to work with Matt a whole bunch. Is here as well. I'm sure we're going to talk about IU a bunch throughout the morning because it's exciting for them to be in a national championship game. It would be crazy if the first championship in Indiana in a long time comes from someone other than Notre Dame. So that's a big deal. That's happening later tonight. I will tell everybody listening, I have no intention of cheering for IU. And it's not because I dislike them. It's not because I don't want them to win. It's because everyone I cheered for over the weekend in the NFL lost. So the last thing you want me to do, Indiana, is to cheer for IU tonight. So I have to be, I guess, a fan of the other side, even though I'm not. I would like to see IU win. As I'm saying, again, I want everyone to understand this. I will cheer against you for your benefit because apparently I'm the kiss of death. Everybody I cheered for in the NFL lost. I was deciding, and I hate doing that, by the way. When I have a favorite team, I just cheer for my favorite team. And when they're not in it anymore, I don't really cheer for anybody else. I'm a New York Giant fan in the world of the NFL. My team was terrible this year, so there was no reason to cheer for anyone. But then I was watching a bunch of the games over the weekend, and a couple were pretty good. So I cheered for the Buffalo Bills, and they lost. And then I skipped the last game on Saturday night. And then last night, both of those games were interesting. Both of the teams I was cheering for lost. I was cheering for the Houston Texans because I live in Houston. And then I used to live in Chicago, so I decided to cheer for the Bears. And I know this is not a sports show. I know you came here for news and all kinds of other things, and I promised to do that. I'll be talking about the Insurrection Act. I'll be talking about all kinds of things throughout the morning. But that Bears game was something for anybody that watched it, especially that last touchdown to force overtime. It was ridiculous. But then you get into overtime, and the hero of the regular, of the first 4 quarters of that game, although Caleb did have some turnovers before that, became the GOAT, because then you throw that interception when you probably had the field goal to win the game, and then you lose. So I don't know. But that was interesting to me. It was a very fascinating NFL weekend. And then tonight we have a very, very big college football game. And so one more time, just to say it for everybody so you understand what I'm doing, I would like to see IU win. I cannot cheer for you because I'm the kiss of death. If I cheer for that wrong side, bad things will happen. I also know a bunch of people that went there. And one of my favorite people that claims that they went there is my uncle, who played basketball at IUSB. That would be Indiana University South Bend. He claims that he played for IU and claims that he played under Bobby Knight, which is not at all true. No part of that is accurate. He makes these claims often. I've heard him do it, and it's not even remotely close to correct. I just love to hear him do it. So he's cheering for IU tonight, I'm sure. Lots of other people are. Probably all of Indiana probably should be cheering. Most of the country, honestly, who wants Miami to win anything? No one does. It's so much nicer there, and it's bitterly cold in Indianapolis. That means you deserve a win for that reason alone. All right, we talked about no news. I promise I'll do it throughout the rest of the show. I need to. I think that's the rule here. But for now, let's just leave it at this. Quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC.
This is Gary Dick. Lawmakers take steps to lure the bears at 6:32. Nominations are now open for IBJ's annual 40 Under 40. Submit your nomination by January 26th at ibj.com/nominations.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey guys, it's Rob for We Grow Hair Indy. You know, when it comes to restoring your hair and your confidence, picking the right team makes all the difference. At We Grow Hair Indy, some of the biggest names in sports, radio, and entertainment trust them with their hair restoration. 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy, and every time I look in the mirror, so glad I did. Call today to schedule your free consultation, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. WeGrowHairIndy.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
A new year means great new lease deals from Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport for $279 a month or a 2026 CR-V LX all-wheel drive for just $269 a month. Your choice for only $4,999 down. Make the most of the new year at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees, taxes, and first payment due at signing. Lease offers require qualifications for Honda loyalty. Offer ends January 31st, 2026. See dealer for details.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Icy, Craig. It's a very cold morning. Please take care of yourself before you head out and maybe pack something in case you have a breakdown, because we do have extreme cold, and not to mention ice reported on I-70 and Post. Ice reported 65-70 near Washington. You kind of see where we're going here. 65 over the Georgetown Road Bridge, so we need to watch the bridges, the on-ramps, the exit ramps especially. Those could be slick here this morning. Traffic sponsored by Aleve. Traffic and body pain can slow you down, but don't let the pain stop you with just one pill. Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep moving. Use as directed. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. There is a chance of snow today. As Matt said, it's really, really cold. And do have something in your car if you're traveling anywhere. You need that stuff like water and whatnot in case you break down. Clouds tonight, but just cold temperatures throughout. Right now, the temperature in downtown Indianapolis is 15, although it feels like -3 with wind chill. That temperature brought to you by the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios.
Your holiday decor is down and suddenly your house looks very January. Kohl's can help you bring the spark back. No twinkle lights needed. Save on bedding that feels like a snow day. Decor that'll boost the mood. And Shark vacuums because, yes, you're still finding pine needles. Get an extra 15% off some of your faves store-wide. And beat those winter blahs at Kohl's. Select styles. Offer ends January 25th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons do not apply to Shark. See store or Kohls.com for details.
If you stopped paying your financial advisor, would they still be your friend? A different look at retirement planning with Greg Ayler. Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
Tonight's the night we'll make history.
Nice.
Honey,
Oh, so appropriate. Tony Katz, Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Kylan has IU football fever. I can tell via some of the communications we're having off the air, and then also the plan for the bump songs on the air. Does Matt Bear...
Hoosiers!
That is amazing. Does Matt Bear also have IU football fever?
I'm wearing blue here today, and I kind of forgot. Okay. So, yeah, I think it's cool for the city, and it's cool for the Bloomington people, but it's the cold and flu season. I try to stay away from the fever for the most part,
Okay, gotcha. That's smart. That's smart of you.
Brilliant.
I don't know if you heard in the first segment, I was talking about how I'm the kiss of death. At least over the weekend, everyone I cheered for lost, so I will not be cheering for IU to help IU. This is 100% for the benefit of IU that I will cheer for the Miami Hurricanes, which means they'll lose by probably 25 points.
That's very kind of you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
No bets placed, anything like that.
No, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't do the gambling with the sports, even though it's becoming more and more legal everywhere, because I don't want to ruin a fun time by losing money. You know what I mean? Like, I have fun. Even when I cheer for a team that loses, it's fun to watch the game. It'd be much more upsetting if I also lost like $100.
Gambling's been a big thing in Indianapolis for a while now. It's even before it's legalized. We had the winner's circle where you go bet on dogs, and that was right downtown, and that always pulled a good crowd. I was like, that's some pretty good gambling right there.
It is. Is that your thing? Do you do it? You bet on the dogs?
I was there a couple of times when I first moved downtown. When I go to the winner's circle, I'd be like, maybe. I had no idea what I was doing, but my neighbor was a handicapper. So you take me to the winner's circle. It was
nice.
Different. Yeah.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I could say that I don't gamble, but then I love poker. So we all have our own vices that happen. Yeah. Okay, good.
I like
good talk. Right, yeah, okay. But I should put money on Miami. They'd probably lose even harder if I actually put money on that team. All right, let's do this. Some other things out there that I really like. Are parents softer in today's society? Are kids softer? Who's softer was the question on social media. I think Reddit asked it. One guy answered by showing what his daily chores used to be when he was a little kid from his parents, and also his weekly chores. And let's just say this, he had a lot of things he had to do. Once a week, he was even doing a deep clean of the bathroom, including like the toilet and everything. So the kid was working. He was working hard at home, had, certain rules for when his schoolwork had to be done, all that stuff. So I ask us as a team, who is softer, parents, kids, or everybody all involved?
I would have to say, the kids start with the parents, right?
Sure.
Whether you have that, whatever kind of dynamic it might be, single parent, two parents, whatever it is. I mean, it starts with the raising of the kids, right? So if the kids are soft, it's got to be the parents. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not.
Yes,
now, granted, I don't have
so.
any kids, and I can totally pass the buck and sleep well tonight. That's not going to be a problem. But Listen, when I was growing up, there were things we had to do, but it was more about manners than chores, It was kind of like, say please and thank you. And if I didn't say please and thank you, it wasn't a ruler on the hand, but it was kind of like, come on, we raised you better than this. And there would be words exchanged, that was the deal. But I can honestly say if I had kids today, I wouldn't have raised them like I was raised. It's kind of a bizarre, maybe I would have been a little more lenient, but we were able to get away with murder, Craig. We really did, as long as we were respectful.
Right. Well, I would say the one thing is like punishments are so different now. Most kids will get punished by having some sort of device taken away. That wasn't necessarily the thing as a kid. Like you had to put me inside to make me sad because I wanted to be outside. And so now all the kids, like if you ground them in their room, most kids in today's society are thrilled by that. That seems like, oh, awesome. I'll go to my room with all my devices and I'll be there for several days. It just seems so weird, so different. But yeah, I do think that everybody's softer now. I like saying that because it makes me feel good about me. Right? It's just a me thing.
Right. I did it the right way. That's the kind of threat that's kind of continued on through the generations. I'm thinking about it. The worst punishment you could give me was to take away the Nintendo system. I mean, you can't go outside. Okay, not a problem. But today it's like, you take away the phone. If you take away the phone, that's like the death sentence to a kid, right? So it's kind of the same thing, except you're grounded. Okay, stay indoors. But it would be harder for the parent today, I still think, with all the devices they have,
No, it's true. Here's the thing, though. Like, over the weekend, I saw a kid melt down at a Target. Probably like a 7-year-old kid, just completely melted down. I don't know what he was told no to that he wasn't allowed to have, but he was very upset about it. And it was mom and grandma that were there together with the kid, and neither one could silence this child. And I was just like watching the whole thing, thinking to myself, like, this wouldn't have happened when I was like this, not with two of, your people in the family. Grandma being there is a whole new level of thing. But mom being there, you would not have been allowed to have this kind of tantrum in the middle of a Target because you didn't get your Pokemon cards. Whatever the thing is, I assume they said no to. So that to me is different. And I don't know, when you're an adult watching from the side, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to get involved. Did my wife and I judge this person a little bit as we walked out the door, the parents? Maybe we did. We don't have any kids either, so it's not really fair to judge. But come on, those moments you think to yourself, this child is way too comfortable being way too crazy in public.
Well, kids got it wrong. First you ask mom. When she says no, then you ask grandma when mom's not
true.
around. That's the chain of command there. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
At least it was in a box store where you could kind of walk away from a kid acting up in a restaurant or like on an airplane. That does get irritating, and you do judge the parents. I mean, I don't feel great about it, but I'm like, what's wrong with these parents? When it may not, the kid could be autistic. The kid could have some serious medical issues, just any kind of issues. And here I am just like, get this kid off the plane, please. I can't handle it, whatever you do.
Man,
but yeah, I don't know.
You're so nice, Matt, by the way. I'm sorry. I just have to say that. The fact that you think autism first, I don't at all think about that. I don't immediately give, there's no excuse for this situation to me.
Put the kid in stowaway,
Yeah. How dare this happen during my beautiful day? All right. One last thing before we take a break. I'm just going to throw it out there. 60% of Americans are now using AI. Does anyone on the show use AI to do their job? Anybody?
Nope.
Ooh, nice from Kylan. No and IU were the only two things she spoke during this entire first segment.
I mean, I can talk on parenting. I don't have any expertise like you.
Right.
I have no expertise on parenting.
See, Matt and I are very comfortable talking about that topic, though, for quite a while now. We even do it on the Matt and Craig Excellent podcast, which you can find on any of your podcast platforms. But yes, 60% of Americans use AI. Matt,
I'd
you
believe
use it
it.
at all?
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I do a little bit.
Okay.
It's a lot of times it's a good brainstormer, like an idea generator,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. If you're,
Yeah.
I have trouble coming up with taglines, and an AI could help. But it's to each their own anymore. To me, I look at it like this: AI's already won. It's going to slowly but surely weed us out of our jobs. It's over. We put up we didn't put up any fight at all. But if people
We
want to,
did. No, we
do your thing, use it, enjoy it. If it helps you get ahead, I have no problems with that. We'll see what happens whenever I'm like part cyborg and
Yeah, fair
whatever
enough.
That is.
The only thing I do with AI is look myself up. That's the only thing I do. I do that with Google and with AI. And now
Nice.
ChatGPT knows who I am, which made me feel good. All right, we'll take a break. A lot coming up. Thank you, Matt. We'll take a break. A lot coming up. This is Craig Collins filling in. We promised to do some news. I will do news on Tony Katz, the Morning News. Matt's got your traffic.
All right, Craig, looking at the east side, it's I-70 near Post Road. Ice has been reported there, so please be careful this morning. It is really cold. I'm worried about breakdowns this morning. Maybe a little cautious on those entrance and exit ramps because they could be very slick. Ice reported on 6570 downtown of Washington Street, and it could be anywhere today. Please take caution. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
The Hammer and Nigel Show is back on Tuesday at 3 o'clock, recapping the national championship game, these crazy weekend headlines, and more. Enjoy the rest of your 3-day weekend. Go Hoosiers!
Time now for the Retirement Report with Casey Weed. Megan Mozak here with financial advisor Casey Weed, founder and CEO with Howard Bailey Financial. Volatility in the markets can make for some sleepless nights for people worried about their retirement money. Casey, what advice do you have to help us get through these volatile times?
Well, remember, Megan, markets cycle, so volatility is normal. If you're worried, you probably don't have a plan. A risk analysis can help you determine if you're overexposed to market risk. A retirement advisor can help you make adjustments so your allocation matches your goals and your comfort level. If you're worried about volatility in the markets, you probably don't have a plan, but we have a great resource to help our listeners today. We call it the Retire with Purpose Toolkit, and you can get it by calling or texting KIT to 888-494-5004. My team helped to put this together just for you, and it's complimentary. The center of it is a copy of my latest book, Job Optional. It has chapters on everything from investments to Social Security to income planning. We also include guides on other big topics like long-term care and strategies for helping to reduce your taxes in retirement. Just call or text KIT, K-I-T, to 888-494-5004. 888-494-5004.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire with Purpose Toolkit today. Just text KIT to 888-494-5004. The team at Howard Bailey Financial will get your Retire with Purpose Toolkit to you right away. So simply call or text KIT to 888-494-5004.
Howard Bailey Securities LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. This is prepared for informational purposes only. It does not address specific investment objectives or the financial situation. Firm does not provide tax services.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments
Lose weight
Coalition.
or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss of 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m. a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
This year, I'm giving my hair salon a total makeover.
Total makeover sounds totally expensive.
We updated our logo and colors, so I needed to print new signage, brochures, business cards, everything.
Everything will not be cheap.
Staples did it all, and I saved $100 on my order.
$100? Trim my whiskers, that's a good deal. For everything your business needs to print, let's go Staples.
That was easy.
Offer valid in-store and online. Ends 1/31. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
President Trump is set to join world leaders this week. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, but it is a windy wind gusts out of the northwest at 30 miles an hour. It's 17 degrees, but with that wind, it feels like it's -3. A cold weather advisory is in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. President Trump will head overseas for an economic forum this week.
It kicks off Monday in Davos, Switzerland. Trump is set to address the crowd later in the week. It will include senior politicians from around the world and top business leaders. The forum comes as the U.S. pushes to buy Greenland. Trump is threatening to impose tariffs on 8 European countries if the sale doesn't happen. The president is also expected to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky
That's
while there.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer reporting. Hundreds protested in Davos yesterday opposing the forum. Tonight, President Trump will be at the College Football National Championship in Florida, along with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Today is the federal holiday that honors the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
This year marks the 40th observation of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day as a federal holiday. The move to recognize the civil rights leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner came just 4 days after his assassination in 1968, but it took another 15 years of grassroots efforts and growing public support before it was made official. President Ronald Reagan signed the bill into law in 1983, designating the third Monday in January as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The first official day of observance was January 20th, 1986. Former President Clinton signed the King Holiday and Service Act in 1994, which encourages observation of the holiday as a day of community service.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers reporting. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com traffic, weather, and sports, including a preview of the IU national title game with Miami coming up in 3 minutes. 93 WIBC at 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Indiana lawmakers have taken their first public steps in creating legislation to potentially help lure a Chicago Bears stadium to the Hoosier State. Language amended into a bill Thursday would create a Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority, authorized to acquire land, finance capital improvements, and enter into leases with private entities, including NFL teams. The Bears have expressed an interest in leaving Illinois and have toured several potential stadium sites in Northwest Indiana. Elkhart-based music instrument maker Con Selmer is in the early stages of a plan that would see its Eastlake, Ohio manufacturing plant close around June 30. If finalized, the company would move professional French horn production to its brass factory in Elkhart, the largest manufacturer of band instruments in the United States. Conselmer operates a portfolio of well-known brass, woodwind, and percussion brands, including Ludwig drums and Bach trumpets. In 1886, 5 brothers moved their company, the Ball Corporation, from New York to Muncie. The Ball brothers would go on to found what would eventually become Ball State University. Now the story of Frank Ball's great-grandson, Jeff Harper, and his collection of nearly 3,000 ball jars and related memorabilia is being told through a university documentary, which is set to premiere tonight. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Ohio-based The Andersons is planning a major expansion of its ethanol production plant in Cass County. The Ag and Renewable Fuels Company says it will invest $60 million at the facility in the unincorporated community of Climbers. It's expected to increase ethanol production to 30 million gallons by mid-next year. The Methodist Hospital's Foundation in Gary has selected Selena Weatherax to serve as its new executive director. Weatherax most recently served as president and CEO of the Multi-Agency Academic Cooperative Foundation in Valparaiso. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Ice has been reported in multiple parts of the city. We check out I-70 near Post. Ice reported there. Also downtown I-65-70 near Washington Street. Report of ice near that bridge. On 65 northwest side, ice reported over the Georgetown Road Bridge. Okay, that's going to be south of MLK. If it's there, it's anywhere. Just please be careful. Allow an extra few minutes today and watch those ramps. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now at B-Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 24% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B-Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. A chance of flurries between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock this morning. Mostly sunny and freezing cold is what the temperature is. Wind chill is going to make it feel like as low as negative 11 out there. Right now it is 15. That temperature brought to you by the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios of 93 WIBC. With sports, it's Ryan Hedrick.
Craig, good morning. The undefeated IU football team has strong leadership and they're very close, but head coach Curt Cignetti says all that pales in comparison to their knack for winning tight games on the road and getting their quarterback to play his best when it counts.
It's time to go play a game against a great opponent. We got to have a sharp edge going into this game. You know, you don't go to war with warm milk and cookies.
IU is going for its first national title. Miami has 5, but they haven't won one since 2001. The College Football Playoff National Championship kicks off at 7:30 in Miami. Coverage right here on 93.1 WIBC at 6:30. The Indiana Pacers continue their 6-game road trip tonight in Philadelphia, and the LA Rams defeated the Chicago Bears 20-17 in overtime. That means the AFC and NFC championship games are all set. The Rams and the Seahawks and the Patriots take on the Broncos. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
A long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.
This is really good. I'm enjoying these bumps quite a bit. That is producer Kylan playing some bumps that are specific to IU football. Change is going to come. Also, probably Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I feel like it's appropriate on both levels, of course, maybe more the second one. But thrilled to be here. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC. The reason I thought of that for IU and not MLK Day is because they were a very bad football team for a very long time. And now they're one win away from having a national championship, which is going to be awesome if it happens. And to be nice to IU, I will cheer against you because I'm the kiss of death. Everyone I cheered for over the weekend lost. I said it before. I'll say it again. Just so you know, if I cheer for a team, they'll probably lose. So you don't want me cheering for IU, even though it'd be great to see them win. All right, we're actually going to do news. I promised, and it's actually going to happen. A lot of people have been talking about the Insurrection Act, for real, an act that was created a long time ago. And a conversation about whether or not it needs to be used in a place like Minnesota, Minneapolis, or anywhere else where people are going to try to circumvent the federal authority of ICE. ICE has every ability through the law to do what it's doing in all the places that it's operating. Of course, the story out of Minneapolis and Minnesota has caused a lot of people to have strong opinions. Should that ICE officer have used deadly force to defend himself against a car that did hit him? I obviously have given my opinion before, maybe not on this station, but other places. I do think that you can't drive into an officer. That's not something you're allowed to do. And when that happens, I think it is appropriate for an officer to use force to defend themselves, regardless of if you're trying to turn the wheel of the car and not hit them. If you hit somebody in the world of law enforcement, ICE officer, whoever, again, that makes it a fairly open and shut conversation from a legal standpoint. Nonetheless, I guess because of that, more than anything else, people think that your politicians at a local level can circumvent the federal authority of the government. You can't. That's not something you can do. It opens that Pandora's box. And here's the thing I will say about this topic. I think it's on purpose. What I mean by that is I think Democrats would love to see Trump use the Insurrection Act to empower our military on a state or city level, because that's what it does. Essentially, more or less, if you don't understand any of this, it allows our military to operate the way that law enforcement operates in any place that we tell them we need them to function that way, because whatever is going on there is so bad that law enforcement typically can't handle it. Or in this case, in some of these conversations, it seems as though the people in positions of power at a local level, at a state or citywide level in some places, are willing to fight the government and the authorities that the government has. But I think Democrats want this. Again, the craziest thing to me has been listening to the rhetoric that's come out of Minneapolis and Minnesota. Now, of course, it's been a topic of conversation for a while that fraud was insanely bad there. And then we have this thing happen with the ICE agent and the woman driving the car. And all of a sudden that dominates the headlines for a lot of media and a lot of politicians. They want to not talk about how horrible fraud is and how terrible that stuff is there. They want to go a different road. And so the thing that's most interesting to me is when you hear these people like the mayor, Fry in Minneapolis, call for peace, and then in the same sentence say that, our police officers need to be fighting ICE agents in the streets, which is actually something he said over the weekend. And it caused the police chief who was standing behind him to have his eyebrows just like naturally shoot up. I don't think he did it on purpose. It's just one of those, like, what are you saying, sir? They're trying to incite violence themselves because they want a political win. And so I'll just tell you that from my assessment, my standpoint on the periphery of some of these stories, and yours too, since this isn't happening in Indianapolis right now, thank God, is probably the same. Is probably watching as they hope for the worst so that they can use it politically. And that says something about the terribleness of the individuals who are in positions of power within our government, that they are willing to sacrifice anything and everything, whatever that might be, the safety and peace of people, in order to get what they think they need politically, which is a win. They want to see Trump use the Insurrection Act. They want to call him a dictator and, a king, whatever it is. The reason that the government stayed shut down as long as it did was no King's Day, if you remember. Democrats wanted to wait for protesters that are on the far left to, get up and out in the streets and yell no king, because they wanted Trump to be a king, at least according to their voters, so that they could get whatever kind of wins in a midterm election that they hope to get. This is more of the same. They're essentially trying to barrel closer and closer to begging Trump to do something so that they can then blame him for the thing they begged him to do. That is my assessment of what's going on. I don't know what Trump will do. I don't know what the president will do in response to everything happening, whether it's in, Virginia or anywhere else. But I know that we're barreling toward a bad place, and it seems like it's happening on purpose. All right, quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
The Indianapolis real estate market is strong, but not easy. Now is a good time to sell only if you hire a real estate team that knows how to aggressively market your home, like Mark Dietel Realty. You want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Pick your move date. No long-term contracts you can cancel at any time. Troy in Connorsville said, I was a real estate challenge. I wanted to sell my home over market value and buy a home near my favorite hunting area with land and no HOA close to town. Miraculously, the Mark Dietel team did it all. They found the perfect new home at a great price and sold my current home in 10 days for $10,000 over list price. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. That's Mark Dietel. Call today, 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
I'm with Applied Innovation customer Jeremy Gump, Chief Administrative Officer for GT Independence, a company with over 900 employees nationwide.
We have a very significant end-of-year or beginning-of-year printing job that we do.
When your previous vendor and equipment couldn't perform, you contacted Applied Innovation.
And at that point, he got the right people in touch with us. Applied Innovation helped us scale and automate this very complex year-end printing process. And more importantly, their support is fast and reliable every single day.
Sounds like Applied Innovation has become an important partner.
Absolutely. I would describe that as a partnership. Yes. They understand our business very well.
So you're sold on Applied Innovation?
Yes. When I get the opportunity, whether it's our local school districts or other local businesses, I'm quick to recommend Applied Innovation.
Make your complex job simple. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Bear, how do the roads look?
Cold, frosty, icy. We got to be careful here this morning, Craig, on those on-ramps, entrance ramps, and bridges. Ice reported I-65 over the Georgetown Road Bridge at the Georgetown Road Bridge, so please be careful there, as well as 6570 downtown near Washington Street. And I could have ice on any of the entrance, exit ramps, not to mention bridges, so please, nice and easy today. Have a safe trip into work. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now at B-Window, receive up to 60% off, plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, Matt, a chance of flurries early this morning. Otherwise, it's just going to be sunny and cold. Horrible temperatures out there. Stay home if you can, I think is what Matt was saying about the traffic, basically. Wind chill values -11 later today. -3 right now. The current temperature is actually 15. That temperature brought to you by the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling, Mitsubishi Electric Studios at 93 WIBC.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
KC and the Sunshine Band, live at Old National Center, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. It's the ultimate throwback party. Get your tickets today at WIBC.com.
Hand on the hands of time.
Tony Katz, the morning news, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. You got your holiday crew in. Kylan is on special assignment, producing, and also very much into the IU football spirit that's going to be all over Indianapolis, I imagine, later tonight for IU's national championship game. Matt Bear, of course, hanging out because he doesn't know how to take vacation, which is great for us. We love having Matt here, too. So thank you for being here. All right. I love this story that I saw out of Florida, which is not often something I say. Usually stories out of Florida are terrible. But a 28-year-old guy in Florida named Landon got arrested. He was doing donuts in a church parking lot. He didn't hurt anybody. They asked him why he was doing donuts in a church parking lot, and he said it was to impress his date. He was on a first date with a girl, and he's like, look, I got a sweet Corvette. The Corvette's going to do really awesome donuts. You're going to love it. We're both going to have a good time. So that was happening. That's illegal. You can't do that. But I do love this story. And actually, I think there's even audio out there of people reacting to it. But does anyone on the show want to react to a guy trying to impress a girl by doing donuts in a church parking lot?
Oh, my gosh. Knowing how many Hoosiers are in Florida right now, I could see any of us doing that.
Of course you can.
Would you be impressed by that guy, Len, if your first date took you and decided to do donuts in a parking lot? Would you be like, hey, this guy's onto something here?
Now, I don't know if you guys would be surprised, but that has happened to me, and I was not impressed.
You were nonplussed by the whole thing?
I was not impressed.
He ran into the church.
That was a first and only date.
Okay. What were you going to say, Matt?
No, he just ran into the church. He didn't do the donuts very well.
He almost hit a pole on my side of the car.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, here's the thing. When I was a young man living in South Bend, Indiana, at one time in my life, I did try to also impress a girl. Now, the problem is that some vehicles are not made to impress women, as Matt and I both know from some of the vehicles in our past. Woo-hoo. I was driving an 86 Mazda 323 that was not built to make anybody, stunned. And I remember, I think it was icy out, and I jumped the railroad tracks. I sped up real fast to shoot over a railroad track, and this was a terrible decision. The car skidded and moved. Thank you, Matt. The car skidded and moved all out of control and stuff, and then we wound up, I think, on some sort of like patch of grass somewhere. We were fine. Everything was okay. But yeah, it immediately turns bad when you lose control of the vehicle. So don't do this, I think, is the PSA of the day.
Unless there's a train. You can jump through the boxcar. You know, you see in the movies that the train cars have like the doors open and you can kind of like time it and go right through.
They do great. Right.
There was one time I was on a date and we were going downhill, coming up to a stoplight, and he was just cruising along and then started pumping his brakes, making us go back and forth. And I was like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And then he got pulled over like 2 seconds after that. There was a police right behind him.
He deserved it.
Yeah, he did. Now, wait, did that guy get a second date or no?
Unfortunately, I was dating him at the time, so I would say it lasted maybe a month later. Yeah.
This makes me appreciate the fact that when I was a kid, I drove an 89 Sundance and no woman wanted to get into my car.
Wow.
And now that I'm 47 and I drive a Scion, no woman wants to get into my car.
Hey, you can't lose them if you don't have them.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, I feel better. That's great.
Yeah, that was oddly, not that nice, actually. It was
fantastic on Monday.
Now, wait a minute,
with
though.
Kylan.
Wait a minute, though. I think that, like, a bad car can be a thing. Like, I think that I turned it into a good thing. I think you can turn it into a good thing, Matt, right? Like, it can be a joke. Anything that you can turn into something funny, I think the ladies like that.
Oh, yeah, like glue the bumper on instead of tape it,
Yeah.
Right. Like the date door, which is the thing I had, which I think you might have too, Matt. My door wouldn't open from the inside.
Yes.
Meaning that once you were inside the car, you were stuck there forever unless I opened it from the outside.
Yeesh.
So see, that's not great, Kylan. But I called it the date door because I would always get the door for people. So that seemed like a good thing.
It works out well because she has her cell phone in her hand the entire time while we're riding in the car. To her bestie or nine. She holds it up in front of me and it just says 911 and her thumb's over the send button.
She's just right.
Yeah, it's I have that problem too.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. Well, I'm married now, so now it's fine. Now my wife gets into the date door car. She accepts it. One other thing out there that I saw that I thought was kind of funny. A delivery robot was destroyed. This happened actually in Miami. This is also out of Florida. The delivery robot was driving for Uber Eats. It stopped on a railroad track, which is a bad decision for any kind of,
Oh, man.
Everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. It's just a drone. It was a delivery thing. It wasn't, human. No one was in there. But the robot is destroyed. And so I just thought that if it were me and I saw this go viral and it's my food, I'd be uniquely upset about it. I don't know why that was the way I thought about this, but it's a very viral video. It's out there. It's criticizing drones and stuff, and also some guy who didn't get his food.
It's just a train track full of robot parts and Chick-fil-A just all over the place.
Yeah. How sad.
Well, it's sad for the Chick-fil-A,
I know.
That's really good stuff. I mean, screw the robot. I mean, I want my dinner.
Who cares about that? Yeah, exactly correct. This is what I was saying, man. Everybody who's having a conversation about the robots, I would really just care about the fact that I didn't get my food. And now what is Uber going to do for me? They're going to give me a gift card or something?
They should.
I know we got to Amen. I know we got to take a break. We got a lot coming up. I promise we'll talk more about news and also IU football as we go here. But Craig Collins filling in, Tony Katz, the Morning News. 93 WIBC. Matt's got some traffic for us.
All right, everybody, looking at I-70 to the east of Post Road, and we have ice reported in that area. Also, ice reported on 6570 downtown near Washington Street. Northwest side, ice reported 65 just south of Lafayette Road on the Georgetown Road Bridge, and that could be the case today. Please be careful if you have to use one of those ramps or busy exit ramps, maybe a bridge, go over that. You could have some ice today, and not to mention it's dangerously cold, so try to make sure you have maybe, I don't know, something warm in your car when you head out to work today. That'd be awesome. Maybe a change of clothes. I don't know why you'd have a change of clothes. East side northbound 465 wide open right now, 70 up to I-69. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B Window they mean business. Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Hammer and Nigel here for Premier Weight Loss Indy. PWLindy.com. 2 different locations. And look, everybody is somewhere different in their health journey. People aren't the same, and treatments should not be the same. This is why I love Premier Weight Loss Indy. It's an in-person visit. You're going to get a consultation with a professional, and they will customize a plan specifically for you. Again, no plans are the same because people are not the same. So if you really want to take your health to the next level this year, start by going online to PWLindy.com. I lost a bunch of weight of my own, but then I hit a plateau and I couldn't lose anymore. I reached out for help. Premier Weight Loss Indy jumped in the mix, and now I'm down 16 additional pounds in 2 months. PWLindy.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Take care of your health.
Jewelry Graham. Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. We have just the right gift for your sweetheart this Valentine's Day. Any style, any budget. Like heart-shaped necklaces, birthstones, or hand-matched diamond studs. Getting engaged? Create a dream ring and choose from natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com because a friend wants you to win Valentine's Day. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
6 superfans, dressed to the tens, crammed onto a 3-person couch, and armed with a dozen chicken wings. Now that's how you finish off the season. Gear up for the championship game at your local Academy Sports and Outdoors store in Bloomington. Score Indiana jerseys, shirts, caps, and more. The store will be open post-game if Indiana wins the championship. Rep your team today. Visit Academy Sports and Outdoors at 123 South Kingston Drive in Bloomington today.
Guys and ladies, you made New Year's resolutions to get back in shape. Want real results in 2026?
Go to Centergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. GetMyHealthFix.com.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Since 1983, over 80,000 customers have trusted their home to B Window.
We're now employee-owned, and that means we treat your home like it's our own.
From energy-efficient windows that can cut your energy costs by up to 50%.
To stylish doors, siding, and custom bathroom models, we have you covered.
And every project is backed by our industry-leading warranty.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
We mean business. We mean business.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8-9-10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8-9-10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Gain insight on how to prepare for a secure retirement.
In our younger years, we want as much growth and accumulation as we can muster.
Take advantage of a free discovery call, 877-524-2677, 877-524-2677.
It's important for you to understand what that's going to look like later on.
And tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show with Will Gonzalez, Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes, why not everyone is surprised about IU quarterback Fernando Mendoza's success and what Indiana and Florida's governors are betting each other ahead of the national title game tonight after Fox News from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
New anti-ICE controversy in Minneapolis. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A demonstration yesterday inside a church, now under federal civil rights investigation. Senior Justice Department advisor Alina Habba just told Fox.
The FACE Act is a long-standing federal statute that prohibits force, threats, obstruction, any kind of interference with a religious place of worship, and it carries criminal penalties.
Fox's Matt Finn's in Minneapolis.
They started chanting for Renee Good, the woman who was shot and killed by ICE earlier this month.
Renee Good! Renee Good!
The protesters believe one of the pastors works for ICE. Now, the organizer told Don Lemon, who was embedded with the protesters, that it was a clandestine operation meant to disrupt a, quote, key location demanding justice for Good. One video appears to show a protester inside the church calling the churchgoers comfortable white people.
1,500 U.S. troops are on standby if President Trump invokes the Insurrection Act to deal with protesters who've clashed with federal officers. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, a Democrat, calls sending troops ridiculous. Some European countries have sent soldiers to Greenland opposing President Trump's push to take over the territory that's part of Denmark, prompting the president to threaten tariffs on those NATO allies. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent tells NBC's Meet the Press.
The president believes that enhanced security is not possible without Greenland being part of the U.S.
Iran is now admitting as many as 5,000 deaths in a crackdown on anti-regime protests that President Trump threatened to take action to stop.
The Ayatollah Khamenei addressed a crowd on Saturday that was chanting death to America and death to Israel as he called President Trump a criminal. The remarks, which were broadcast on state-controlled media, followed a slew of X posts where he falsely claimed the U.S. orchestrated the mass killing and chaos in Iran. In an interview with Politico, President Trump responded saying it's time to look for new leadership in Iran.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
IU's football team tries to end the season on the highest note. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's down to 14 degrees, and with a bitter wind chill, it makes it feel like it's -5 outside, only going up to 22 today. We have a cold weather advisory in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. IU quarterback Fernando Mendoza's rise didn't surprise everyone, especially not his high school coach.
Fernando Mendoza's season has been a dream up to this point, and it has the chance to have a storybook ending on Monday in the national championship game. The IU quarterback gets to play for a title in his hometown, something that his former coach is excited to watch.
It's not your typical week here at Columbus High School with 7 members from our school community involved in this game. It's been unprecedented, no question.
That's Wish TV's Andrew Chernoff reporting. IU football fans already filling the streets of Miami, gearing up to support their Hoosiers in tonight's game.
We're already hearing from our hotels that the hotels are quickly filling up with our fans from Indiana, and of course they are welcome. We want them to have the time of their life especially leading up to kickoff.
And Dave Whitaker, president and CEO of the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, says the city is ready to host the big game tonight between Miami and IU. It's the Hoosiers and the Hurricanes on the field, and pork versus crab in the governor's offices ahead of the game tonight. Indiana Governor Mike Braun challenged Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to a friendly bet. If Indiana loses, Braun says he'll send DeSantis pork from Fisher's Farms and pies from Wick's, including Indiana's signature sugar cream pie. A few hours later, DeSantis agreed if Indiana wins, he'll send stone crabs and key lime pie from Joe's Stone Crab, joking that he could drop it off in Naples or Marco Island since so many Hoosiers live there. Downtown Carmel transformed into a winter wonderland with ice sculptures, crowds, and chilly weather. Renuka Bajpai reports.
The annual ice festival at the Arts and Design District on Friday turned the streets into a huge outdoor gallery. It wasn't about the finished art. People stuck around in the cold to watch carvers work on their sculptures as they were there. If you want to look at the sculptures, you can drive by them on Main Street. Renuka Bajpai, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Pacers lost by 43 points to the Detroit Pistons on Saturday. They were playing without several players. They hope not to lose it all tonight when they play the Philadelphia 76ers as they continue their 6-game road trip. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matt Bear?
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at ice, and it's on the interstate like I-70 near Post Road. Also ice reported downtown, 6570 near the Washington Street Bridge. Please watch those exit and entrance ramps today. Bridges, underpasses, you could have ice. It could be slick, not to mention it's dangerously cold, so pack something warm in case your car breaks down. Looking at westbound 70, no trouble going to the airport. Everything good from Meridian, Illinois, out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway at Ameriplex. Traffic sponsored by IHOP. IHOP's value menu is here. Enjoy breakfast favorites like pancakes, eggs and bacon, French toast with sausage, or cheesy omelet with pancakes. All for just $6. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Good morning. How does the weather look?
Hey, good morning. It is going to be cold today. If you're spending any time outdoors, make sure that you are dressing appropriately. We'll look for some sunshine here today. High temperatures technically have already hit our high for the day, but in the afternoon, temperatures will be into the teens. Wind chill values anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees below zero, and I think we're going to see sub-zero readings all day today, with winds that may gust upwards of 30 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, frigid down to 6. And on Tuesday, partly cloudy, high temperatures will climb to about 25. We do warm up on Wednesday with highs right around 40 under a mostly cloudy sky with a chance of some rain or snow showers.
Thank you very much. Right now, it is 7:06 Monday morning. Tony Katz, Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in on Indiana Hoosiers Day is what I can call it. Also, of course, MLK Day, but IU Football Day because they are set to play in the national championship game tonight, and that's a big deal. And after a lot of things didn't go my way over the weekend in the NFL, I have promised that I will cheer against IU because it should help them win. Anyone that I cheered for lost all weekend long in the world of professional football. So it's all I can do to be an attaboy or give an assist to the IU football team. I do also like the fact that, and our newsroom reported on this, DeSantis said he's going to send some Joe's Stone Crab to Indiana if IU wins, because that's good stuff. I've actually been to that exact place in Miami, and it's delicious. So I highly recommend that we get to try that. IU, Indiana, anybody that gets it gets to try it because it sounds great. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about Greenland because that's one of the other big topics out there. I was watching all of the national, left-wing, whatever media news over the weekend. I know it's just regular broadcast television, but so much of it is ridiculously left-wing. And one of the things they kept saying is that most Americans, and all the polls are saying this, do not give a crap about Greenland. They don't want the president to focus on Greenland. They don't want him to try to take Greenland or buy Greenland. And essentially, the way it goes is that if you're on the left, you hate everything Trump does. So if Trump is doing something, you hate it. It doesn't matter what it is. And then if you're on the right, the argument is that you'd rather have America first mean America first, essentially meaning that we should focus on just things here. Prices are still too high. Other things are not where you want them to be. Here is my contention to those individuals on the conservative side of the aisle, on the right or MAGA or whatever you want to call yourself, that are upset about a conversation about Greenland. I think you can do two things at once. I think the president can do everything that he's so far attempted to make the economy better. And yes, that does include some of the tariff moves because the tariff moves have created better trade deals. And the better trade deals hopefully mean better things for our economy in the future. I think Trump even said there might be some immediate pain and some long-term value to some of the things he was doing. The latest tariff threats regarding Greenland are more for a national security standpoint than actually good for our economy if they truly happen, mostly because some of these tariffs would be put on our closest allies, definitely countries that we work closely with, that we would like to support us in buying Greenland. Here, I'll play some audio of Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who's talking about Greenland and did the news media wheel over the weekend. He was on Meet the Press and other places. And then again, I want to make sure that I'm abundantly clear in saying this. You can do two things at once. You can be focused on here at home, and you can also be focused on a potential threat if there's somehow a way for China and Russia and others to utilize Greenland and the weakness of, say, Denmark itself in preventing any of that, and slowly becoming more and more of a threat to us here in the United States. I'm not saying this because anything that Trump does, I agree with. I know that people immediately yell that, like, oh, Trump guys will say and defend anything that he does. But in this case, when you're talking about this topic, I see the value in making sure that the United States is defended long term from potential threats that come closer and closer to our borders. And Greenland is a wide open space that feels like it could easily have a value to some of our enemies. So why not do something in that world? And again, why not do two things at the same time? Here's Scott Bessent being asked questions about Greenland, the Treasury Secretary, and how he decided to say, you know, we've seen this movie before and it didn't end well for the people who said it was no big deal when you chose not to take action, when you were seeing a threat start to materialize close to a place. You wanted to not see the threat go. Here we go. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. This audio is not actually going to play unless I fix something here on my end. I have a little bit of an audio thing that I've got to do. And da-da-da-da-da. Perfect. Glad that this wasn't at all bad. And now here we go.
You have said our national security concerns, particularly as it relates to Russia and China. Senior Democrats say there are no pressing threats on Greenland's security from Russia or China. The Danish foreign minister says there hasn't been a Chinese warship in Greenland for a decade. What evidence do you have that this is a pressing threat? Well,
first of all, Kristen, we have asymmetric information. And again, President Trump is being strategic here. What evidence was there that the Russians were going into Crimea? What evidence was it? Well, actually, there was a lot of evidence that the Russians were going to go into Ukraine, and Joe Biden said, well, just take a little bit of it. But what we know is that the U.S., that Greenland can only be defended if it is part of the U.S., and it will not need to be defended if it is part of the U.S. The president is trying to avoid a conflict.
I think that that's an interesting way to say it, that in order to avoid a conflict, we fully take Greenland under our umbrella and then no one messes with the United States is essentially the message there. Again, I know that the poll numbers and people shouting from the rooftops have said this topic is silly. This topic is beyond what we need to be focused on right now. But I do think if you can defend the logic of this, then also say that it doesn't mean that you're not doing the stuff here at home that you should be doing here at home to make our daily lives better as Americans. And this might even fall into that umbrella too, that we can have a benefit from all involved. Do I want to see us spend tons and tons of money to buy Greenland? No. Do I want to see us invade Greenland? Of course not. But do I want to see China or Russia utilize any sort of impact that they can make there to eventually harm us? Absolutely not. That's the thing I want to see the least, and it could happen. So I do think it's interesting that is now a topic of conversation. And a lot of people are saying this is one of the downfalls of Trump because it's a very grasping at straws a version of a thing to me. All right, quick break. A lot coming up. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
When you have a fire emergency, you need a restoration company you can trust to put everything back together. Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I know, I've relied on Michaelis after a fire at my home. I'm here with the owner, Richard Michaelis. Richard, what makes Michaelis the right call if you have a fire?
Michaelis is local and family owned. We are your neighbors, 39 years of experience, and we'll respond 24/7, 365. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified. We will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I've lived it. Michaelis was on the scene at my home before the firefighters had even rolled up their hoses. They asked me about calling a restoration company. I told them I had Michaelis. They told me Michaelis was the real deal. You help with insurance, too?
Yes, we'll work through the insurance process to give you peace of mind.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Craig, we just had a crash. It's on westbound 465 going to southbound 465 on the northwest side. So up on the northwest side, this crash is blocking the left lane on the exit ramp, backing us up to Michigan 421. And not a delay at the moment, but you have to be careful on these ramps here today. They could be very slick in parts. We have ice reported on 6570 near Washington Street 10. On the east side, ice reported on I-70 near Post Road. If it's there, it could be anywhere. Just stay safe. Traffic sponsored by Aleve. Traffic and body pain can slow you down, but don't let the pain stop you. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep moving. Use as directed. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. A chance for flurries between 7 and 8 o'clock. So around now, mostly sunny, cold, temperatures falling throughout the day. 15 is the temperature right now, but it feels like -3 to -5 with wind chill out there. So very, very cold. -6, actually, I'm seeing now. That temperature brought to you by the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios of 93 WIBC.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom designed jewelry with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PA Jewelers.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Join me January 24th as we sip some bourbon and talk about how we win the midterms. Trump, 1 year later, the Red Tie Gala, the highs of the last year, the lows of the last year, and how we win the midterms. We're going to drink great bourbon, eat great food, laugh a lot. Come join me January 24th, 2026, downtown Indianapolis at the Hyatt Regency. Trump, 1 year later, with me, Tony Katz. Go to tickets.tonykatz.com, tickets.tonykatz.com, or get your tickets right now at WIBC.com, and join me for some great bourbon January 24th.
Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. Matt and Kylan hanging out. Kylan on special assignment today. Matt, because he doesn't know how to take vacation. That's what I keep saying, which is good. I'm thrilled to have Matt here. Matt's awesome. Before we get to some chat about silly stuff, I will do the popcorn moment very quick, which is brought to you by Brewer Home Modeling. Thank you for that, the chewing. This is an older moment, but I still think it's one of the more relevant ones out there. And I haven't done the show in a little while, so darn it, this is why I chose it. But this is Mayor Fry in Minneapolis saying that he wants the police to fight ICE, more or less. And you see the police chief behind him, his eyebrows shoot up and raise. I mentioned this moment earlier. I got a message from somebody on social media about it, so I just decided, darn it, this is going to be our popcorn moment. Here we go.
And we're in a position right now
a little screwed up. Hold on. There we go.
Residents that are asking the very limited number of police officers that we have to fight ICE agents on the street, to stand by their neighbors.
That's the moment where he says that our residents are asking our police to fight ICE agents on the street, and that's where the police chief is like, huh? We're not going to do that. We're not going to do any of that. That's insane. But yes, that to me is a popcorn moment. And the point of it is that I think a lot of people on the left want chaos to ensue because of how much they hate Trump. It is so extreme, the desire for him to fail and to turn him into the, person to blame for anything, that they would actually like to see more chaos all throughout our country. And then potentially have Trump use the Insurrection Act as a way to empower military at a state or local level, something that the left would be up in arms about. They're almost daring him to do it in Virginia and other places in the way that they're trying to circumvent the federal authority of ICE agents. They are trying to force ICE agents to not be allowed to do the basics of their job. And there is even viral audio out there, before I move on to sillier stuff, but I want to say this too, of CNN from 2016 supporting ICE, doing like a ride along with ICE agents and saying how they're doing great work in the country. It is starkly different than the way that the conversation is today. So it just shows how much of this is inspired by something that has nothing to do with the people involved at the ground level. This is much more to do with people above them and who and what we're trying to blame for any of these conversations. All right, that's some of the more serious stuff out there. Darn it, it's a IU football day. Also Martin Luther King Jr., a holiday. So why not do some sillier stuff? Why just do serious stuff the whole time? I saw this and I loved it a lot. There is a brand new study about the pizza toppings that are likely to be good for you health-wise. Some of them even reduce your risk of things like cancer. So these seem valuable to put on the pizza. None of these are things I currently put on my pizza, but I don't know. I figured I'd just throw this out there as a tasty whatever version of a conversation about how to make things healthier when also having delicious food, which a lot of people will probably do for game day tonight. The Mediterranean style pizza is apparently the healthiest. This involves
that's a good pizza. My God,
is it, Matt?
Yeah,
Is this really good?
Oh man,
Okay.
it's got the feta cheese on it, and just
It does. For people that don't know what's on this, artichoke, cherry tomatoes, olive oil, feta cheese. Apparently, Matt's a giant fan. Did you just pow the Mediterranean pizza there?
Oh, it's got to be a top three. That is a good
really?
pizza. Who would have thought the Mediterraneans would have made such a good pizza, but they didn't.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that. Pepperoni is still the best pizza, right?
It's an oldie but a goodie, just like missionary.
Okay. All right. Then
What?
I'm just going to let that sit. I can't. Oh, man. All right. Anyway, classic margarita pizza is number 2 on this list.
That's a good one.
Tomato, basil, mozzarella for healthy. And then white pizza is number 3 on the list. This is the ricotta cheese, the kale, garlic, low sodium. That one's terrible. Let's be honest. The white pizza is terrible.
Ooh, that's going to leave you with halitosis too. With the garlic and you put out a crappy pizza and then you lose your friends. I mean, nobody wants that.
It's also like incredibly disappointing to have pizza that doesn't have marinara sauce and other things on it. Like to bite into a pizza and have it have some sort of white sauce, terrible decision making. Like that to me is something that ruins pizza.
Now let's wait a second. Let's hold our tongues.
No.
Just for a second. I've got evidence.
Right,
It's called, and I have no affiliation with Basbo's Pizza. I'd love to, but their classic is like no marinara. It has sun-dried tomatoes. It has something else I can't identify. But it's very good, and I'm telling you, I was
it's still
right there with
tomato-based?
No, not really. Not really. There's
you said sun-dried.
It's like trying to hit a curveball, and it's a swerve, that kind of thing.
I gotcha.
It's the finest pizza I've ever had, man. It is delicious. And I was with you. I was like, got to have marinara. Got to do it. It's got to be a pizza. And then I tried this special from Basbo, and I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever eaten. It was
And
so
just
good.
to be clear, Basbo is giving us no money right now.
No, I don't even know. I haven't had one of their things in 5 years.
All right. It'd be nice if they gave us a little bit of cash. I'm just saying. we can work on that if you want to.
That'd be awesome.
Because it sounds like you're a big fan
I'll
of
just
the
take a
Basbo.
pizza right now. I mean,
There you go. We could have one during the next Matt and Craig Excellent podcast.
Oh, hey,
record.
good show.
There we go.
Good show.
Such a good show. One last thing, just quickly before we take a break. Today is the 80th birthday of Dolly Parton. Is anyone a big Dolly Parton fan on the show?
Everybody loves Dolly. Everybody loves
Right?
Dolly. She's the coolest person in the world. Yeah.
I went to a Dolly Parton party on Saturday. This was at a bar where I live in Houston, Texas, and a bunch of people dressed up as Dolly Parton. And I will tell you, it was wildly amusing for several reasons. One of the biggest ones being the iconic aspects of a Dolly Parton. Do we know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah, she's.
The big hair.
Yeah, the big hair.
That's what I mean, Kylan. The big hair.
She has great hair.
It was interesting. It's one of the only times in my entire life as a married man, my wife was totally fine with me staring at women who were dressed in very little clothing. One of the only times where she was supportive. Like she was more excited than me, I think, as people walked into this party wearing, very little. But anyway, all right, that was a real thing that happened.
Happy birthday, Dolly. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dolly. Way to go. All involved. Yes, way to go. All right. Yeah. And the Dolly Parton person who was pretending to be her, too, by the impersonator, did a very good job. I will just say that. All right, we'll take a break. A lot coming up. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News. Matt's got your traffic.
All right, problems on the northwest side. I'm looking at this crash running from westbound 465 to southbound 465. Crash on that exit ramp, blocking the left lane. The ramp is open, but we are slow. Not quite to Michigan Road, but getting there. A 3-minute delay as you make your way. Please be careful with the on and off ramps today. Bridges, underpasses, any place you might be able to find some ice. I mean, the roads look slick. They felt slick when I came in this morning. And allow yourself a couple extra time if you would, please. Traffic sponsored by B Window right now. A B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, Hoosier fans, this is your head coach, Kurt Signetti. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I highly recommend the exclusive partner of IU Athletics, True Blood Real Estate. They're an Indiana-owned company with beautiful offices across the state. True Blood is a tech-driven company that provides their clients with a winning game plan, which is exactly why they are our exclusive partner. If you're looking to buy or sell, call True Blood Real Estate. Go IU.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Tristan Fliss, IT support manager at Out of Door Academy, relies on applied innovation and PaperCut software to manage his fleet of printers.
It has taken the stress of completely managing 30 to 35 copiers on a day-to-day basis off of the department that I work for and put it into the hands of technicians that really know the equipment and know how to troubleshoot and fix it in a timely and efficient manner.
Would you recommend applied innovation and PaperCut?
Would I? 100%.
What would you tell other IT professionals about applied innovation?
That if they're looking for a company with great technology, great hardware, great customer service, and fast response time so that they don't have any downtime or little to no downtime, that Applied Innovation would be the company to look at.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple from a partner you can trust. Call today 800-521-0983 or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where we're all about you. Your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. We'll take total care of you. First, come browse all the beautiful settings in our cases. Take your time and try on as many as you want. You'll know when you put your ring on. Your heart will skip a beat. Now, onto your center stone. We can look at different diamond shapes and sizes until we find the perfect match. Come visit us in store, because a friend wants you to get exactly what you want. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
A diagnosis of Alzheimer's can make it a struggle to communicate with loved ones. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I've got a tip which often helps that will be music to your ears. Don't go away.
Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
A growing number of studies show the power of music's role in those living with Alzheimer's. The next time a loved one seems to be tuned out, gently place headphones on them or simply turn on one of their favorite songs. Watch their eyes light up and don't be surprised if they sing along or start chatting about the tune. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
Standing up for truth, fairness, and equality.
I have a dream.
The memory of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. lives on.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! We are free.
Dr. King had awakened something strong and true. We cannot walk alone.
I've been to the mountaintop.
93 WIBC and WIBC.com. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He's not backing down from his original stance. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis. Light flurry activity around central Indiana, 14 degrees, but with the bitter wind chill, it feels like it's -3. We're going up to only 22 today and a cold weather advisory in effect until tomorrow. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Deputy U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche stuck by a social media post that he wrote saying that Minnesota leaders are acting like terrorists.
Deputy Attorney General Blanche said on Fox News Sunday there is an ongoing investigation he won't comment on. But he did say Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey encouraging protests hampers law enforcement.
American people can see what the mayor's been saying, they can see what the governor's been saying, and it's obvious that that has to stop.
Mayor Frey on CBS Face the Nation said he's seen no official word of an investigation, but what concerns him is why he's being threatened with it.
For something that is core and critical to my job as mayor, and that is speaking for my residents and my constituents.
Frey said he'll keep urging Minnesotans to protest peacefully.
That's Fox's Grinnell Scott reporting. President Trump wants to put a 10% tariff on Denmark and other European countries as he pushes to buy Greenland, and it's rattling a lot of places. European markets are mostly down. Asian markets dipped a little, and the U.S. markets are closed for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. At least 39 people are dead after a high-speed train crash in Spain.
The reason for this disaster remains a mystery, Spain's transport minister calling it truly strange. It happened when the rear of a high-speed train travelling to the capital Madrid from Malaga in the south came off the rails. It collided with an oncoming train. One passenger said the impact felt like an earthquake. Dozens remain in the hospital. The cause may not be known for weeks because Transport Minister Oscar Puente says experts are extremely baffled. The train was less than 4 years old and the track newly renovated.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage reporting. Former Indiana Governor and Vice President Mike Pence expressed concerns about President Trump's plan to impose tariffs on Denmark and other allies who oppose the U.S. control of Greenland on CNN's State of the Union. Yesterday, Pence said Trump is relying on a questionable constitutional authority by threatening to unilateral tariffs on NATO allies to achieve his goal. And Avatar Fire and Ash continues to stay on top of the box office for the 5th straight week. The film took in about $13 million this weekend, continuing a box office run that has seen it earn about $1.3 billion globally. And sports on WIBC at 7:34. IU head coach Kurt Cignetti will try to follow in Bobby Knight's footsteps tonight and do what only Knight has done at IU, and that's go undefeated and win a national title when the Hoosiers hook up with Miami tonight.
Yeah, it was 50 years ago, as a matter of fact, and I was a big kind of Bob Knight fan as a little kid. I liked sort of the shenanigans and the faces at the press conferences and throwing the chair across the court. I thought that was pretty cool.
IU has gone 26-2 under Cignetti over the past 2 seasons. The College Football National Championship kicks off at 7:30. Coverage right here on 93.1 WIBC starts at 6:30. The Los Angeles Rams advance to the NFC Championship after a 20-17 overtime win against the Chicago Bears last night.
You got to give the Rams credit. Coach McVay does a phenomenal job. Coach Shula did a great job with their defense this week. They ended up making a couple more plays than we did.
So here's the situation with the NFC and AFC Championship games. The Rams play the Seahawks next week, and the Patriots play the Denver Broncos, and the winners of those games go to Super Bowl 60. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35 on a chilly Monday morning. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Yeah, watch those bridges. Looking at westbound 465 on the northwest side. Crash on the exit to southbound 465. Left lane of the exit ramp is blocked, and we are backed up to Michigan Road for a 7-minute delay. Looking at southbound 6570 downtown. Ice reported at Washington Street. Be careful there. Also, ice reported on the east side on I-70 near Post Road. We have ice reported on I-65 at the Georgetown Road Bridge. Looking at westbound 70 right now to the airport, looking just fine from Meridian Street out to Indianapolis Airport Collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway to Ameriplex. That's a 9-minute travel time. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It is cold. That is essentially the weather forecast. Some chance of snow throughout the early morning hours today, but mostly just really, really cold. The temperature is 13, although with wind chill, it feels like -6. That temperature is brought to you by the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Snow muffled the sound of footsteps as the mutineers approached their camp. They weren't marching against the British this time. They were marching against their own despair.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by Tony Katz presents Trump 1 year later.
January 19th, 1781. Weeks after the Pennsylvania Line mutiny, soldiers of the New Jersey Brigade at Pompton rose up over unpaid wages and broken promises. Hunger and hardship collided with revolutionary ideals. Washington acted quickly. Loyal troops surrounded the rebels, and 2 men were executed. It was grim, but it showed how fragile freedom could be and how discipline, even in tragedy, held the army together.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Sponsored by Trump. 1 year later, an evening of insight, conversation, and bourbon with Tony Katz. Tickets available at WIBC.com.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop
Tony
and
Katz,
think
the Morning
about
News,
a place
93
I've never seen,
WIBC.
where friendly
My name is Craig Collins, filling in, of course. Matt is hanging out as he does every single day on this very program, and Kylan is on special assignment. It's time for our Facebook Marketplace segment, which is brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed. You can get sweet, sweet cash from Indiana Unclaimed just by asking them if they owe you any money. Essentially, if anyone anywhere in Indiana owes you some money, Indiana Unclaimed might know about it, and then they'll get you a check, and it's awesome, and we've all done it, and it's great. All right. Today's Indiana Unclaimed Marketplace item, of course, is IU football related. It is an IU Bison helmet with, quote, real horns that went on sale, I think, 5 weeks ago in Carmel, Indiana. Somehow is still not, bought. I don't know how anyone has not. I know. I can't believe no one has purchased this yet. However, it might be the price tag. Right now, it's selling for $220. So that might be a tad high for the IU Bison helmet. I'm not sure if we think that's too high. It has real horns and then also roses on the horns. This seems to be the kind of thing that someone has to buy.
You could wear this anywhere. I mean, you might think it's a little expensive, but check this out. This is awesome.
Sure.
This is
It
cool.
looks great. Right. Yes.
Remember the IU Bison went away for a while, and it just came back last year, I think early last year.
Yeah.
The IU Bison, it disappeared. Whoosh, and now it's back. So you can celebrate the Bison by putting on this Bison helmet. It's great for the game, and it's great for after the game for the rest of your life. I love it.
I would think so. My favorite part is in the description where it says this is not a cheap costume piece. Since he's selling it for $220, he wants you to know that
this is taxidermy.
It's premium, custom-built pieces all together to celebrate your IU fandom and to do it in style with the giant horns and whatnot. This is great. I also saw, this is weird, I'm just going to throw it out there, a bunch of like IU bikinis. And I can't imagine many people would choose to buy those right now, except for the stupid dudes who go on television with their shirt off and whatnot. If anyone's going to do something like that at a football game, although in Miami it's going to be way nicer than in Indianapolis, I imagine it's actually, unfortunately, a guy who would make a purchase like that today, not a lady. I'm just throwing that out there, too, as a thought. I don't know if anyone wants to weigh in.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's something you would do as an early 20-year-old. I was kind of wondering.
As a moron.
Yeah. Well, okay, sure, as a moron, too. And I don't know. Are they selling the Speedo or just a bikini?
I would think it's all of the above. I think you can do anything you want with that stuff. Did you watch the Bears last night at all, Matt, or no?
No, but I saw the miracle throw at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, that was ridiculous.
With 18
by the
seconds
way.
left. It was like, wow.
Yes, where he was scrambling and still somehow found somebody in the end zone for a touchdown. There was a young man who took his shirt off and wrote with, I think, a marker on his chest so that he would be on television a bunch. And he seemed so cold at the Bears game last night. Like, every time they went to him, the kid was shaking. He had his cell phone in his hand. Like, you could tell he wasn't enjoying it. And I don't know why that amused me so much, to be honest, because it's a life lesson that he needed to learn. Taking your shirt off during a snowing football game is not actually a fun thing. Even if you wind up on television a lot, it winds up being mostly a net negative.
Frostbite can kill you.
Yes,
it
is true.
I read about a Kansas City Chief playoff game from a few years ago, Arrowhead Stadium, where, it just gets incredibly cold for the games. And so many people had to be treated at a local hospital, at area hospitals, because of frostbite. People were losing fingers because it was so bad. And I hear you talk about this kid, and somebody should have slapped him. Somebody should have said, it's not worth the 15 seconds, dude, because
absolutely.
I mean, if you're there shirtless, think of what you're going to lose to begin with. I mean, this could be consequences. Seriously.
The risk is not worth the reward, is what we're both saying out here. Absolutely not worth the reward. So fair enough. That is why I did not choose any of the bikini items as the marketplace thing today, because I'm discouraging people today and today only from buying these things.
Bravo.
All right. Thank you very much. A quick break. A lot coming up. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC.
struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaimed their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Leave all of the 2025 dirt behind and start the new year with Zero Res. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, and hard surfaces, your whole home can be Zero Resified, including your air ducts. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 5,100 reviews, Zero Res is the trusted choice. So start the new year with 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $119, plus a free hallway, and take 15% off regularly priced services when you mention the WIBC special. 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com.
A new year means great new lease deals from Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport for $279 a month or a 2026 CRV LX all-wheel drive for just $269 a month. Your choice for only $4,999 down. Make the most of the new year at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees, taxes, and first payment due at signing. Lease offers require qualifications for Honda loyalty. Offer ends January 31st, 2026. See dealer for details.
6 superfans, dressed to the tens, crammed onto a 3-person couch, and armed with a dozen chicken wings. Now that's how you finish off the season. Gear up for the championship game at your local Academy Sports and Outdoors store in Bloomington. Score Indiana jerseys, shirts, caps, and more. The store will be open post-game if Indiana wins the championship. Rep your team today. Visit Academy Sports and Outdoors at 123 South Kingston Drive in Bloomington today.
All right, checking out a crash on the northwest side, westbound 465, exiting to southbound 465. Crash blocking the left lane of the exit ramp with traffic stop and go back to Michigan 421, a 10-minute delay. Northeast side, eastbound 465, a little bit slow at Allisonville Road. East side, I-70 ice reported near Post and downtown, same southbound 6570. Ice reported near Washington Street. Please watch those ramps today. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months savings cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It looks like it's going to be very cold today. That's the forecast. 13 right now, -6 with wind chill. That temperature brought to you by Dugan Air Heating and Cooling, Mitsubishi Electric Studios of 93 WIBC.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Contact Mount Valley Foundation Services, the foundation repair experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at fixmyfoundation.com.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars.
Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
Laid back, just enough crazy. Learn from way back, growing up, making
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Matt Bear is here, as he is every single morning on this very program. And Kylan is here, producer Kylan, special assignment today. And she has actually created a game for us, Matt. Have you been briefed on what this is?
Oh, no.
Okay. Kylan, you have a game. I do like you're laughing about it. You have a game, which is where we will rank the songs that are being used to celebrate IU being in the national championship game. Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah.
Or would you say it different?
No, I'd say that. This song, Indiana, by Clayton Anderson, he wrote it a couple years ago, but it was the anthem for the ESPN broadcast of the Peach Bowl. So you'll probably hear it again tonight. And other people have gotten on that bandwagon, kind of like the IU hype. I will raise my hand for that. Other people.
No, hey, listen, it's great for the city. This is Indianapolis is Bloomington North. It really
No, we
is.
also,
Not
we can't
school,
tell. No one can tell that Kylan is very into the game tonight. Not at all, obvious. But anyway, so you'll play these songs and we'll rank them from 1 to 4. Is that correct?
Yeah. Your ranking scale is going to come from some iconic Kurt Signetti moments that you might have remembered throughout the season. How could I not? So your ranking scale is going to be 1 through 4, 1 being the best. And of course, for it being the best, this is what you're going to be ranking with.
But I only have one thing to say.
You're going to rank with a Hoosiers.
Okay.
Your
so
number
it's 1,
3.
Okay,
Yes.
is it 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Yeah, sorry,
Who?
1.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's 1. This one will be 2.
We're the emerging superpower in college football. Why would I leave?
So you can count it as an emerging superpower.
Got it.
And then
I love this.
Your 3 is going to be from this iconic moment.
It's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
That's true. He does. Yeah.
So you can rank it as a Google me, like you would look it up again and try and find it to listen once more. And then you didn't like it at all comes from this moment.
Purdue sucks, but so does Michigan in Ohio State.
Yep, so you can rank it as a sex. All right, let's get to some music. Let's start with some iconic Hoosiers, Straight No Chasers song.
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando.
Oh, nice.
They were shouting there for you and me. For liberty. Fernando. With
Sure.
the Hoosiers we will never lose. He won the Heisman.
Yeah, this is all about the quarterback. So this is an original song written for the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback of the Indiana Hoosiers in Bloomington. Matt, what do you say 1 through 4?
Give it a 2.
Okay.
Let's give it a 2.
That's 2. That's second best, by the way.
That's a good ranking. I'm proud of that ranking. In fact.
Emerging
All right.
superpower.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a 3 on that. I like the originality of it. I feel like there's going to be more iconic songs to celebrate this. So I'm going to go with 3 out of 4.
Google me.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a Google
All
me.
right, well, that leads to our next song.
Sure.
From day one, tone set, no mystery. If you want to know the record, check the history. Google me. I turn programs around, yeah. Google me.
Okay. It is tough because that's yelling Google me in it. Matt, what do you got on that one?
I'll give that a 2.
Right.
I'm gonna
So
stay. I feel
everything's going to be ranked a 2 by Matt, it sounds like.
Emerging
You're gonna have.
superpower.
Hope you all
I'm going to
like
go
that
with a 2 as
line.
well. No, I'm going to call that an emerging
Okay.
superpower. I think that's right.
I like it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I have a feeling you're going to like this one.
Here we go.
Smile on the sideline. See you Monday night.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Cause I'm Cincinnati. Like Bobby
Oh, nice.
That's a 1.
And I will not fight.
Yeah, I think we're both going to go 1 for this one.
More to go.
Matt, are you going to do that, by the way? Can you do a Hoosier for me?
Hoosiers.
That was like Santa Claus.
That's probably. My Santa Claus is also my Hoosier. That was an awesome song. That was really well done, man. I thought that was really good music. So yeah, one. We'll
how do you top that? Do you have any other ones,
I
Kylan,
have
or was that the
one
only
last. Well, there's been a couple others, but this one will end on. This one is also a cover of a song. I'm not even going to spoil it for you, but this one, he's singing it karaoke in a bar in Bloomington. Here you go.
You got Kurt Signetti and the Mendozas. Went to California, won that bowl with all the roses.
Oh, there
We got Aiden Fisher. We got Bones Jones. Went to Atlanta, and hey, y'all, we just won the Beach Bowl.
It's a crowd pleaser.
Okay. There's a lot to process in this last one. So I am to understand that a guy in Indiana showed up at a karaoke bar, wrote his own lyrics to a song, sang it, and went viral because of it. Is that correct?
Sure did. Brian Richardson. Good on you, bud.
I can picture him totally dressed Hoosier too. You know, he's got the whole red and white. You know, he planned for this. This was a big night for him. It's cool.
He's buying the bison helmet later today. I imagine.
The bison helmet.
That'd be great. Look, originality score alone, I would give him very high. But I do think going to the karaoke bar, not the best of moves. I'm gonna go ahead and rank them 1, 2, 3, and 4, and only give one rank to each one, so he gets the 4. He has to get I'm out of other numbers. He has to get the 4. I'm sorry, guys.
Karaoke. I mean, you know, that he could have come back and done it a half hour later, and it could have been a lot worse. You know,
that's fair.
No, I had no numbers left. I enjoyed him. I couldn't. Anyway, Matt, what do you got?
I'm going to give it a 2. How about that?
That's
you know what,
unsurprising.
for all of y'all.
There it is.
So Kylan gives it a 1.
For all of them. I love it. Let's go.
See, I don't understand if the game made sense to the rest of us. I thought I was only allowed to give one number to each one. All right, Matt, let's do traffic.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm looking
all
at
2s, all 1s across the board for you guys. You both cheated. Go ahead.
Just 2. Looking at westbound 465, crash on the exit to southbound 465. The left lane is blocked. Traffic backed up to Michigan Road for an 8-minute delay. And then downtown 6570, ice on the bridge at Washington Street. And also ice reported I-70 near Post Road. As we check out northbound 465 on the east side, it's wide open. I-70 up to I-69, no problems there. In about 5 minutes if you're coming in from the east side on westbound 70, 465 to the north split. Airport runners looking good right now as you take westbound 70 out to Indianapolis International. I have you at a 9-minute travel time from Meridian Street to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Guys and ladies, you made your New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but what happened? You don't see results and give up. If you want real results in 2026, go now to Synergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. Book now at getmyhealthfix.com. Get real about your health this new year with Synergen X and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test.
Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergen X and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with real providers, get real medication, and real results. People across Central Indy are going to Synergen X and Low T Center to change their lives. Walk in or book an appointment at getmyhealthfix.com. That's getmyhealthfix.com. getmyhealthfix.com.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS IRS is not stopping, so don't wait. And don't take him on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Let's say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln. Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8, 9, 10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss of 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Ben Franklin here to talk to you about your water heater. A water heater is a vital part of your home's plumbing. When it doesn't work, it can really freeze up your routine. Call the pros at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing about water heater options for your home. Visit BenjaminFranklinPlumbing.com or call 877-BEN-1776 to request an appointment. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Coming up in 2 minutes, how Bloomington businesses are getting ready for tonight's national title game. What IU's head football coach is saying ahead of the game against Miami. What Vice President J.D. Vance is saying about Indiana leaders on social media. And what the cops are saying about 2 people who walked into a hospital last night. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios after Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
They went to church to protest. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The protesters in an anti-ICE demonstration caught on video chanting Renee Good's name, the woman who was shot in a confrontation with an immigration agent. They were inside a St. Paul, Minnesota church where they say one of the pastors has ties to ICE. That protest is now under federal investigation. Senior Justice Department advisor Alina Hobbit tells Fox.
Our Civil Rights Division will come down hard on anybody who tries to impede or intimidate somebody in a place of worship.
1,500 U.S. troops are on standby after President Trump threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act to deal with the protesters clashing with federal officers. But Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, a Democrat, tells CNN State of the Union.
This is, well, it's ridiculous, but we will not be intimidated by the actions of this federal government.
The president's also continuing his push to take control of Greenland, a territory of Denmark, threatening tariffs on some European allies who oppose it.
The president saying on Truth Social, we have subsidized Denmark and all of the countries of the European Union for many years by not charging them tariffs. It is time for Denmark to give back. World peace is at stake. China and Russia want Greenland, and there is nothing that Denmark can do about it. The tariffs on Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the UK, Netherlands, and Finland are set to kick in on February 1st.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera at the White House. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says the tariffs are wrong. France's president says Europeans may retaliate. At least 39 people are dead in Spain after a high-speed train derailed and collided with a passenger train going the other way. Some bodies found hundreds of feet away.
One passenger said the impact felt like an earthquake. Dozens remain in the hospital. The cause may not be known for weeks because Transport Minister Oscar Puente says experts are extremely baffled. The train was less than 4 years old and the track newly renovated.
That's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The job isn't finished yet. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 11 degrees. We're just getting colder as the morning goes on. Feels like it's -6. We're only going up to 22 today. There's a cold weather advisory in place until 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. Bloomington is gearing up for a championship celebration.
The city of Bloomington is closing off road traffic here on Kirkwood Avenue and will have extra police on hand as thousands of fans show up to cheer on the Hoosiers.
Once the doors open, we'll be going from 0 to 100 in about 3.2 seconds.
Staff are preparing for game day in a different way at Nick's English Hut, adding extra security, shifts, and stocking up all weekend ahead of a rush of cream and crimson pouring in to watch the Hoosiers.
That's Wish TV's Tim Spears reporting. It is game day in Miami. IU looking to remain undefeated, but they have a long way to go because they're playing a tough Miami team, and the Hoosiers got to Miami several days ago, and head coach Curt Cignetti says they've treated this game like any other.
It's been a great story, right? And it's been fast progress, kind of surreal to some degree. It's a big story nationally. I get that, but that's separate from our team mindset right now.
And our coverage of this national championship game from Miami and Hard Rock Stadium begins at 6:30 right here on 93.1 WIBC. Vice President J.D. Vance called out Indiana Senate Pro Tem Rod Bray in a Weekend X post. He talked about the Virginia Senate and compared it to the lack of redistricting that Indiana is going through. He blamed Bray for spearheading that vote against redistricting. Vance argued that Bray didn't push back hard enough, saying the move would weaken the influence of the Indiana Republican voters compared to those in Virginia. 2 people walked into a hospital in Indianapolis last night with gunshot wounds. Both are expected to make it. Investigators haven't said where the shooting happened or whether the 2 were hurt in the same incident. Investigators are also looking into an early morning house fire Sunday that left 2 people dead in Bloomington and 2 others injured. Monroe County deputies found a car had crashed into a garage. 2 victims taken from the home were in bad shape, burned about 60% of their bodies. About an hour later, the police say they identified the person who started the fire. Charges are pending. And Indiana State Police are honoring a retired canine officer who died after years of protecting the community. Here's Jake McDaniel.
Jordy was a German Shepherd who did a bit of everything from finding missing people to tracking suspects and finding drugs. He worked with Trooper Jared McQueary starting in 2015 before retiring last year to live at home as a family pet. Jordy died on Saturday, leaving behind a legacy of dedication and service to Lafayette. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
NBA basketball tonight in Philadelphia as the Indiana Pacers take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Tip-off at 7 o'clock coverage at 6:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan, looking at the northwest side crash. Clear the exit for westbound 465 to southbound 465. Still stop-and-go traffic at Michigan Road, but that's clearing out nicely. Ice reported downtown 6570 at the Washington Street Bridge. Ice reported on the northwest side. This is 65 at the Georgetown Road Bridge just south of Lafayette Road. Do watch those exit and entrance ramps today, please. They could be slick. Traffic sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Your favorite songs shouldn't have to wait for Wi-Fi. Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk available at straighttalk.com or Walmart. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. 2 things. 1, producer Kylan is a huge fan of yours. I was just told we've got Tara in all big yelling caps a second ago. So Tara Hastings, weather, what do you got?
Hey, well, I don't know if you're going to like me, though. It's going to be cold today. I mean, high temperatures. We've technically already hit our high for the day, but into the afternoon we'll get up into the teens. Wind chill values below 0 all day today. Winds may gust around 30 miles per hour. Tonight will fall to 6 with partly cloudy skies, and then on Tuesday a high of 25 for the afternoon. We do get up to 40 on Wednesday, then bitter cold air returns late in the week and into the weekend.
We still love you, Tara. Not your fault. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
8:07 Monday morning.
This is Chuck Lofton, here to talk to you about my friends at Exercise Inc. Exercise Inc. is the 20-minute, once-a-week workout program that will change your life. My wife Mary and I have been clients for 6 years. The program has worked well with my busy schedule. I was getting cardio, but I started the program because I understood the importance of strength training to overall health. It's helped me with managing my blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. The biggest help? My sluggish feeling was replaced with much-needed energy. It's designed to help clients get stronger in a shorter period of time. The studios are private, just you and your coach working to reach your goals. Exercise Inc. has 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now Fishers. So take it from me, Chuck Lofton. Improve the forecast for your health. Go to exerciseinc.com today to request a free consultation.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. IU will be playing Miami tonight in the national championship game for the world of college football. Kind of incredible. I know I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot more than I already have so far, but it is amazing that IU has turned around their football program, and Curt Cignetti has helped turn it around so quickly in so few years, from being one of the absolute worst, not trying to be mean, in college football to now potentially being an undefeated champion if they can beat Miami tonight. And the last thing I'll say about this, every NFL team I cheered for over the weekend lost. So in order to help IU, I will cheer for Miami, which is the kiss of death. It'll make them lose, I imagine. All right, I have some audio I want to play. This is from CNN. It's Scott Jennings. I really like this, not just because Scott is winning an argument with someone that disagrees with him, which happens all the time now on CNN. Scott is a hero of the right for being someone who very much has changed his opinions on some things over the years. He was more of a never Trumper a few years ago, and he has profoundly changed that opinion. But also just the fact that he's willing to sit in there and discuss the topics of the day with mostly people that hardcore disagree with him on CNN. But the reason I like this clip so much is actually beyond the value of a Scott Jennings. It's also the way in which so many people rewrite history however they feel it's appropriate to win arguments. This is what happened, and Scott decided to call the person out for it. Here's the audio. I really, really love this bit.
You listen to Scott and you listen to all this rhetoric coming out of the Republican Party. These are the same people that defended opening fire hoses on protesters in the 60s on the Selma Bridge. I mean, these are people who consistently
I think those were
oppress
Democrats,
people
Julie.
who are
Just
fighting for
FYI.
rights.
Those
Actually,
are Democrats. Those were Democrats in the 60s.
Scott, people like you
That was your
defend
party.
exactly that kind of behavior.
But thank you
People
for
like-
reminding
hold on,
everybody that
Scott. People
Democrats
like
were
you-
against
well,
civil rights.
How about
Here's what's so great about this. So the young person, her name is Julie Rogniski. She's a Democratic socialist. I don't even know if I got, or a strategist, probably a socialist. I don't even know if I got her last name right. She looks like a younger person, 100% getting that wrong. Bull Connor, of course, was the person in charge of Selma at the time, and he was a Democrat. And he was also the person who approved of the opening of the fire hoses. This is one of several people in the Democratic Party that fought a lot of the civil rights movement. So, again, I love when people just rewrite history however they see appropriate, and it makes them even more arrogant in their opinion. This person just assumed, without doing any research, that it must have been Republicans who did the terrible, awful thing those years ago. So I'm going to blame them for always being the, quote, racist party, regardless of what actually is true or false about any of this. How dare she actually be aware that an Alabama politician who was also a white supremacist was in charge and also a Democrat in the 60s, not something she seemed to know even a little bit. But nonetheless, this sort of thing matters, not because it's the gotcha stupid version of conversation from the past to today, but because of how quickly people can abandon facts and logic and, any sort of semblance of reality in order to further their point, whatever their point might be, their opinion, that is so flawed to begin with because of how little understanding they have of actual history. This happens all the time now. especially when you hear people talk about socialism or communism, and they say how great it is. And they seem to have no foundation, no understanding whatsoever of all the horrific things that happened over the years that are right in that ballpark. All right, quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Hammer Nigel here for Window Nation. I have Window Nation windows installed in my house. The cold air has stopped coming through. The warm air has stopped exiting the house because of my grade A Window Nation windows. Definitely check out their sale, windownation.com. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free.
Window Nation, the best in the business. But don't just take my word for it. Check out their A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Check out their over 45,000 5-star reviews. Now, that's a big deal because nobody ever leaves 5-star reviews, but Window Nation has over 45,000 of them. Take advantage of this deal right now. Window Nation's buy 4, get 4 windows for free sale. It's going on right now. Schedule your fast and free, that's the key word, free estimate at windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Traditional weight loss fails because the root causes of obesity, like adrenal stress, thyroid imbalance, and gut inflammation, are ignored. Join us for our free holistic integration educational seminar, The Root Cause Weight Loss Method, Wednesday, January 28th at 6:30 p.m. at Cohatch in Carmel. You'll hear from Dr. Robert Prather, host of the Voice of Health Radio.
You're actually getting healthier as you lose your weight. We understand the body and the physiology and can get you where you need to be.
Those who attend will receive our autonomic nervous system test and our body composition analysis for just $49, normally $175 value. These tests measure stress load, metabolic efficiency, fat muscle balance, and how well your nervous system supports weight loss. The Holistic Integration Seminar, The Root Cause Weight Loss Method, featuring Dr. Robert Prather, Wednesday, January 28th at 6:30 p.m. at Cohatch in Carmel. Reserve your tickets on our website at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
Pat Sullivan here, ringing in the new year with peace of mind, knowing my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling are the only ones I have to call for all my home service needs. Hope rolled into 2026 with a shocking bang, adding electrical to their list of services, and now they're my one-stop shop for any home service issue that may arise. So if any plumbing, HVAC, or electrical problem happens in your home, call who I call, my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Yeah, hanging out with the cameras here, Craig, and everything looks pretty, well, it looks cold, and it is cold, so please watch out for the entrance ramps, exit ramps as you make your way to work here this morning. And I do see a slide off right now running westbound 70 after Post Road, and again, it's off into the ditch, so we'll just say watch the right shoulder as you make your way on westbound past 465, but if that's happening, could happen anywhere, so again, be careful of those bridges. Looking at 6570 downtown, ice at the Washington Street Bridge in that area. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window. They mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It is cold today. It is 11 degrees right now with wind chill. It's actually up to -9, or down to, I should say, -9. Sunny and just freezing all day today on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That temperature brought to you by the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
BMW, Mercedes-Benz, VW, Audi, Mini, Porsche. Names that mean quality, performance, and usually a dreadful service experience. You know you can't take your car just anywhere, but you may not know you can get the same quality service and parts without going to a dealership. Enter Auto House Merkel. Everything from routine service to performance tuning is handled with care by technicians who specialize in German vehicles, using only OEM parts or equivalent at a lower cost and less hassle than the dealership. Book service now at AutohouseMerkel.com.
I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Matt Ferris hanging out as he does every single morning on this show. Producer Kylan is on special assignment on the holiday, hanging out with us too. A guy is winning a fight on the internet against his wife, and this almost never happens. I feel like this is one of those times where you got to check the box because we lose these all the time. The guy went to Am I the Jerk on Reddit. That's not actually the name of it. I'd ever say the name. I know I can. I don't know why I don't. Am I the A word? But anyway, and he asked a question. Here's the question. The guy said that he and his wife just got married about a year ago. She actually has a kid from another relationship, so a 10-year-old child. When they got married, the missus told him that she was quitting her job and being a stay-at-home mom. The guy said he didn't really want her to do that, but she did it anyway, which was fine. He's like, all right, whatever. So now he's paying all the bills. When he shows up at home after his day at work, the wife now also gets upset and complains to him that he's not doing 50% of the chores around the house. So the guy asked the question to the internet, is that fair? Do I have to do 50% of the chores and also be the only one working when I didn't want her to quit her job and she did anyway to raise the kid? And this is the last part. It's not actually his child. Not that he's not raising it as a great stepfather, but again, this young boy in the house, not a kid he had. So that's the question. Who's the jerk? Anyone want to weigh into this?
She's also going to get half of what he has in the divorce. So
that is true.
You better get out the advocacy a little bit and start figuring this out.
He is screwed.
Listen, 47-year-old bachelor, relationship advice. Yeah, I've got a bunch of it.
Fire.
As a married couple or in any kind of relationship, aren't you supposed to, come together as a team and make these decisions? Kind of, I want to quit my job, so we're only going to have one income now. Oh, thanks. Right. Yeah, that's fantastic. Go right ahead. We're done. Yeah.
Yeah, the rules of a married man, and I've been a married man for a while now, are that you try to come to a decision together, and then eventually if you lose to the wife, you just accept it. That's just that's just another part of it. The happy wife, happy life is usually what you say at the end of that.
Great to know that works.
That does work by and large. Although I would say, and I do like that the internet's agreeing with this guy, if she's going to be a stay-at-home mom, she could do more of the chores than 50% around the house. That does sound like that's an okay expectation if he's doing the full-time job, and the internet seemed to agree. So I do like that. Although the rest of us, we don't have a good excuse.
Well, I want to go to the place where it's their arrangement, but they put this out in public. So
sure.
What are you doing? I mean, are you really looking for a resolution here? Or
no.
Is she in on it? What's happening? I mean, she should do. I mean, if I'm staying home, I'm not going to be able to sit still. I'm doing all the chores. I'm doing everything I can to contribute, but I don't think that's what's in this relationship.
Well, I like that you said, what's this actually solve? Because, by the way, the fact that he's winning the argument on the internet doesn't matter. The wife does not care about that at all. He's not going to use it. If he printed out the Reddit posts and handed them to her, it's not going to help. It's not going to be more of a win there.
I would say,
go ahead.
Raising a kid is a full-time job, whether you get paid for it or not. But I would love to think that you're able to get stuff done around the house, too. That's such a hard balance. And then with it not being his kid or his decision. Oh, man.
I know. There's a lot that he's already taking on. See, this is why the internet was siding with a guy, which almost never happens, by the way. The internet really has to be convinced that the guy is right in order for them to side with him. Another story out there I saw that I liked a lot, a ad for a new set of artificial intelligence, glasses went viral. And I want to see if you guys can pick out why this went viral. So the ad says, the values of the glasses. Metra Live, only smart glass with an app store, so you can experience so your experience is constantly evolving. Ask AI questions, capture photos, videos, Live stream from anywhere to all of your favorite destinations. Twitch, X, YouTube, TikTok, OnlyFans. Listen to music, take calls, give live captions, translations, and more. That is the ad. Why do you think this went viral?
Oh, man. For me, the thing that, and just, red flag on my own, it's being able to tape somebody with your glasses without them knowing that's a red flag to me. To me, that would be my viral. That's the thing that I would be attracted to, is reading that. But that's just me, though.
I got you. The reason this went viral is that they mentioned OnlyFans in it, because not many.
Here it is.
Thank you, Kyle. Not many people would have thought your smart glasses were needed to live stream to that specific website. But this platform was like, yeah, we're tailored for it. We built our stuff so it can work seamlessly with that platform. So again, Matt, what do you think of that?
I think that's a partnership made in heaven. There you go. That's everybody wins here. Everybody makes money, and all privacy be damned. Welcome to 2026. Yeah, this scares the hell out of me, but I'm happy for the workers on OnlyFans that they have this outlet.
The models?
Yeah.
Can we call them models?
Models, yes.
Performers?
How you make your money is your business.
That is your business, yes. Yeah. I am surprised, though, too, of the value of the glasses being worn on the person's face, because I don't know how that's as valuable as, say, just a regular camera to that situation. I don't want to dive any deeper on a morning show to that idea, but I was curious as to how the smart glasses would be an enhancement to the experience.
Filters. I'm just all filters.
Okay,
everything,
all right. Anyway.
Isn't that so creepy, though? The fact that just glasses could be taking all that in and going wherever it's connected to, whether you have permission or not. It's like when the CIA released those documents saying that they do, in fact, have access to your phone. And they can hack in whenever they feel like
This was a James Bond gadget like 30 years ago, and now it's real. Now everybody can buy them if you have the money.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, two things just happened there. Kylan was complaining about how creepy it was, and Matt and I had to pretend we agreed with her, which I knew that was going to happen. Yes, it is. That's very creepy, Kylan.
Yes,
and then also, you're right.
So creepy.
Yeah. Government spying is terrible. That's what we all hate about this story. I think it's actually, I'll say one last thing about it, since we're going to run out of time before we hit the next segment. It's genius marketing. This company probably would be a nothing burger as far as a discussion about smart glasses. You've never heard of them before. They're off the beaten path. They're not, Facebook, Meta, any of those things. The fact that they mention this website in their promotion for their product made it go viral. Like, that's sort of genius marketing, right?
Yeah.
To get it to be more talked about than anything else. Okay.
It's the same thing when we were kids. Sex sells. That's what it is. And that's how you make your money.
I have a feeling it'll be sold to Meta pretty quickly, though.
Probably, yeah. Although the lesson that I've learned in this is next time I fill in for Tony Katz, I need to mention how I'm the, fill-in host who talks about everything from Twitch, TikTok to OnlyFans, and then see if that goes viral, if more people care. All right. And unfortunately, that winds up being true, doesn't it, Matt? That I bring this up probably far more than Tony does.
No, who's keeping count? That's what I say. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Good conversation. Carl. Thank you, Carl, from afar. A quick break. A lot going on. A lot to get to. Matt's got your traffic.
All right, looking at westbound 465, that crash cleared on southbound 465, and the ramp was never closed, but the traffic was backed up, and that's all gone too, so you're good to go. Ramps, overpasses, bridges, you name it, could have ice today, so allow yourself plenty of time wherever you're going. We've had ice reported downtown, 6570 near Washington Street. Also, ice reported on I-70 near Post Road. Traffic sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com with over 100 online casino-style games. Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions 21+. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, it's Casey from the Kendall Lee Casey Show. Is another name about to enter the Indianapolis mayor race? We'll find out. Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
I've started my journey with the Good Feet store. You guys know I've had the plantar fasciitis issues, that pain that takes place in your heel, and you're like, what's happening here? So I went to the Good Feet store, talked to the trusted team of arch support specialists. When your feet don't feel good, it affects you physically, mentally, emotionally. It puts a strain on everything. everything. The Good Feet premium arch supports and the personalized approach to fitting are the smartest investment you can make in your self-care journey. And the first step is realizing that you're worth it. For every foot, every lifestyle, the Good Feet store offers the possibility of a pain-free future, empowering anyone to achieve their full potential. There's a free, no obligation personalized fitting. That's the key to Good Feet's value. I'm starting my journey with Good Feet. You should do the same. Made in the USA, consists of 100% US origin materials. Good Feet has 2 Indy area locations, at Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off of 65. Be sure to tell them Tony Katz sent you. Online at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis is everything that's right about Central Indiana. They've been locally family-owned for 50 years, helping our local economy remain strong by employing 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis is proud to do business right here in the great state of Indiana. They're a conservative-minded company that shares our values and stands by their products and services. You can call Garage Doors of Indianapolis today for service today. 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Leave all of the 2025 dirt behind and start the new year with Zero Res. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, and hard surfaces, your whole home can be Zero Resified, including your air ducts. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 5,100 reviews, Zero Res is the trusted choice. So start the new year with 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $119, plus a free hallway, and take 15% off regularly priced services when you mention the WIBC special. 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments
Lose weight
Coalition.
or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed, or your money back. No matter how many times you failed in the past, this hypnosis is guaranteed to work.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I've lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
What are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Only $59.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Hypnosis Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. KC and the Sunshine Band, live at Old National Center, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. It's the ultimate throwback party. Get your tickets today at WIBC.com.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Don't miss Heart, live at Fisher's Event Center, Saturday, March 15th. Experience an unforgettable night of legendary hits. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
Standing up for truth, fairness, and equality. The memory of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. lives on.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty!
Dr. King had awakened something strong and true. We cannot walk alone.
I've been to the mountaintop.
93 WIBC and WIBC.com. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
President Trump is set to join world leaders this week. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it is 12 degrees. The winds are whipping around and it makes it feel like it's -5 out there this morning, only going up to 22. And a cold weather advisory is in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. President Trump will head overseas for an economic forum later this week.
It kicks off Monday in Davos, Switzerland. Trump is set to address the crowd later in the week.
It will include senior politicians from around the world and top business leaders. The forum comes as the U.S. pushes to buy Greenland. Trump is threatening to impose tariffs on 8 European countries if the sale doesn't happen. The president is also expected to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky while there.
That's Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. Hundreds of people protested in Davos on Sunday opposing the forum. Tonight, President Trump will be at the College Football National Championship game in Miami, along with Secretary of State Marco Rubio by his side at the Miami Gardens Hard Rock Stadium. More on that in a minute. The White House and other Republicans are blaming Minnesota's Somali community for fraud after a viral video by conservative YouTuber Nick Shirley. GOP Rep Tommy Emmer says he plans to start a bill to strip citizenship from people he suspects of committing fraud.
The SCAM Act, which is it will expand and clarify the Immigration and Naturalization Act to allow our government to denaturalize anyone who has come to this country and committed fraud.
And this comes as the United States government is planning on freezing visa processing for immigrants from 75 countries, including Somalia. Today is a federal holiday that honors the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
This year marks the 40th observation of Dr. Martin Jr. Day as a federal holiday. The move to recognize the civil rights leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner came just 4 days after his assassination in 1968, but it took another 15 years of grassroots efforts and growing public support before it was made official. President Ronald Reagan signed the bill into law in 1983, designating the third Monday in January as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The first official day of observance was January 20th, 1986. Former President Clinton signed the King Holiday in Service Act in 1994, which encourages observation of the holiday as a day of community service.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers reporting. You probably already know that IU football fans travel well, as evidenced by their presence in California at the Rose Bowl just a couple of weeks ago. And on Friday, when the team landed in Florida, in Miami, it was all hands on deck for David Whitaker, president and CEO of the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau.
So to have 10,000 plus, 20,000 plus, possibly 30,000 plus, they happen to be from Indiana this year, and we're welcoming those fans. They're super excited. It's their first time being in such a big game, perhaps ever.
And the Hoosiers are heavily favored in tonight's game. And sports on WIBC, the aforementioned IU football team undefeated. They have strong leadership. They're very close as a team. And head coach Curt Cignetti says what really stands out about them is that they have a knack for winning tight games on the road. And their quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, plays best when it counts.
It's time to go play a game against a great opponent. We got to have a sharp edge going into this game. You know, you don't go to war with warm milk and cookies.
IU is going for its first national title. Miami playing already has 5. They haven't won one since 2001. The College Football National Championship game at 7:30. Coverage right here on 93.1 WIBC at 6:30. The Indiana Pacers continue their 6-game road trip tonight in Philadelphia against the Sixers. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. The LA Rams defeated the Chicago Bears 20-17 in overtime in the NFC Divisional Playoffs last night. The conference championship matchups are all set. The New England Patriots take on the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship. The Rams take on the Seattle Seahawks in the NFC Championship. The winner meets in Super Bowl 60. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Ryan, looking at the east side, slide off westbound 70 near Post Road and the right shoulder covered right now. So that's the case today. Could have icy bridges and ramps and underpasses. So please be careful. Allow extra time if you can. We've had ice reported on I-65 south of Lafayette Road. That's at the Georgetown Road Bridge. Ice reported on 6570 downtown at Washington Street. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It is cold That is the best way to say what the weather is. It is very, very cold. The temperature will probably not get any better throughout the day today. 11 right now, -9 with wind chill. That temperature is brought to you by the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling, Mitsubishi Electric Studios Weather Center of 93 WIBC. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. It's MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Also, IU Football Day, probably for a lot of people out there. They will be playing tonight for a national championship and trying to have an undefeated season. It would be amazing to see the championship that comes out of Indiana after so many years since Notre Dame won their last one, not coming from Notre Dame and actually coming from IU, if that does in fact happen tonight. I'll keep mentioning something I've been saying on the show. Every team I cheered for over the weekend in the NFL lost. So if I cheer for Miami, it only helps any IU fan out there. So I think begrudgingly I'll pretend to do that because I think it's kiss of death for the Miami Hurricane. All right. There's something else I wanted to talk about for just a couple minutes at the end of the show today. And I'm going to preface this with something that's probably odd to preface it with, but I don't care. I'm going to do it. I hate when radio hosts get all pompous, like high and mighty, like think that their opinion is so important. I heard this nationally syndicated guy do this whole segment about how great he is, essentially, more or less. And I was so annoyed by it when I was listening to it. I was like, this sucks so much. And yet I hope this doesn't sound like one of those segments, what I'm about to do, because I wanted to say something about Martin Luther King Jr., and I hope it's something that a lot of people also believe, and I just happen to be the person saying it. One of the more moving aspects of that individual, as some of the things he said have been digested over the years since, the civil rights movement, was that he wanted his movement itself to allow for people that didn't look like him to be a welcome part of it. It's a weird version of almost woke speak in today's society because it's about inclusivity. It's including people and not excluding them from a movement, whatever. But I actually think it's really powerful and the exact opposite of what woke actually is today, because a lot of woke is about excluding people. It's about hating white people specifically. There's people out of Minneapolis, Minnesota right now who are protesting and screaming and yelling that white people in their homes are too comfortable. That's actually something being said. And no, this segment isn't all about how woe is me, I'm a white guy, and I think society is mean to me now. But it is talking about how you get people to become a part of whatever it is you're trying to convince people of, whether it's a movement or an ideology or just a thought you have, and how often losing people is much worse than actually allowing the message to be something that people of all different shapes and sizes can agree with. And here's the real point in what I'm trying to say. When I look at stuff like late night television, and I see how overwhelmingly one-sided Colbert and Kimmel and all those guys are, how much they crap all over anyone who voted for Trump and then Trump himself, it makes it impossible to laugh along with these people at any jokes they make that have nothing to do with politics, which feel like they almost don't exist. SNL, any of these places, even South Park, which by and large I think is funny at times, but now is overwhelmingly obsessed with making fun of Trump in some sort of weird way. And the creators of South Park said it's because it's pop culture. Trump is in pop culture all the time, so they have to make fun of him. There's just something odd about that. And so the best way I can say it, because it's something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, is this abandoning of logic, of reason, of facts and how much facts matter. And I can use the most controversial thing to some as an example of this that I can think of, which is what happened in Minneapolis. An ICE officer was in front of a car. A woman floored the gas to that car and hit the ICE officer. None of that is up for debate. No one is saying anymore that the car didn't make contact with the officer, which is amazing because for a while they were saying that, but they don't say it now. And yet we're still in a conversation as to whether or not that officer could have feared for his life and used deadly force legally. I don't know how we're having that conversation. I would imagine the officer is, upset that they did that. Maybe. I'm not sure, because I don't think officers want to take people's lives. This person had been dragged by a car in the past and did not use their weapon on someone. So I imagine this is even more so a thing where they dealt with something one way and it almost cost them their life. And then they deal with a similar instance a different way. And now it causes all this controversy and conversation and protesting and craziness. And the reality is that people are just so unwilling to check their bias at the door, which sounds woke to say out loud, but it's true. So many people are unwilling to do that part to then have a conversation. People like Charlie Kirk were the response to the craziness of woke mind virus or whatever you want to call it, because Charlie Kirk very much believed in having a conversation with people he disagreed with. Even if he wound up winning a lot of those conversations by, the metric of the internet or whoever, he believed in it. And what happened to Charlie Kirk? He was shot and killed for that, for never saying anything about wanting to hurt anyone, never saying anything about wanting to stoke violence, simply saying that he thought conversations were good because they prevented violence. So on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, even though a whole lot of people get mad when you compare those two people, Charlie Kirk and Martin Luther King Jr., one of the easy similarities between the two is they were killed for what they thought. And they weren't killed because they were calling for violence on anyone else. And that seems to be an important place in our society to be at and to reflect on. And again, I wanted this to be as non-pompous of a segment, that's probably not even a word, as I could possibly make it, because it's not about my thought on this. It's what I hope a lot of us think about these conversations, that the most frustrating aspect of having an argument with someone today is having to agree on what facts are, because so many people seem unwilling to even start a conversation with, all right, these are actually the facts. Let's go ahead and get through those so that we can get to the point of potentially disagreeing on what the opinion part actually is. All right, quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Say it out loud. Indiana. National Championship.
This day belongs to the number one Indiana Hoosiers.
2 seasons ago, rock bottom. Today, one came away from the title.
Indiana scores again.
IU versus Miami. Hoosier history happens here. Coverage begins tonight at 6:30 on 93 WIBC.
Totally changed my life. It's amazing. I don't have any cravings. You want to quit, but have found it impossible? This is the thing for you. I have absolutely no craving. It's the darndest thing I have ever seen in my life.
It's not for entertainment. It's for results.
Do it. It works. Period.
You've tried everything else. You need to come and try this.
Stop smoking with hypnosis. Only $59.99 guaranteed or your money back. Stop smoking with hypnosis guaranteed with no irritability and no cravings. Don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all. In addition, use hypnosis to lose all the weight and destroy unwanted cravings. Hypnosis programs are Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis at 5:30. Stop smoking hypnosis 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com. Don't miss Heart live at Fisher's Event Center Saturday, March 15th. Experience an unforgettable night of legendary hits. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
Now wouldn't you, Barracuda?
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Cold, Craig. We have reports of ice like I-70 on the east side near Post Road. Also downtown 6570 around Washington Street. Watch out for the exit ramps, the entrance ramps, bridges, underpasses, all that. You could have ice and it could be slick. Westbound 70 out to the airport, no problems from downtown. Moving from Meridian Street out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan. That's about an 8-minute travel time right now. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now at B-Window, receive up to 60% off, plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It is cold, as he said. Very, very cold. Right now, the temperature in downtown Indianapolis is not at all even what I say out loud, because it's about 13, but it feels like -9, I think, currently. Or about 11, but it feels like -9 with wind chill. That temperature brought to you by the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Here are just a few hot buys going on in January. Lift chairs starting at $5.99. Lazy Boy recliners starting at $4.99. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses, $71 per month. Smith Brothers sofas, $18.99. Up to 25% off all outdoor furniture. Reclining sofas starting at $6.99. Sale ends Monday. Free delivery. Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Guys and ladies, you made New Year's resolutions to get back in shape. Want real results in 2026?
Go to Centergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. GetMyHealthFix.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
To your town, don't you mess around, 'cause he's Cincinnati, like Bobby Knight.
This is true. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC. I rank that as the best of the original songs that have been coming out that are celebrating IU being in the national championship game tonight. I'm the only one who did the ranking correctly in the last hour.
What?
Where you can only rank each one with a number one. You can't have 4 number ones. You have to have a number 1, a number 2, a number 3, and a number 4. That's what I mean, Kylan. I followed the rules of ranking.
Sure.
Both you and Matt did not.
I messed
guys
it up totally.
ignored it.
I would do all of them as number 1 because that's
I know
just
that.
me.
I know. You can't. Everybody can't win. This is a young
No,
person
especially not
thing.
tonight.
Exactly. There you go. Okay. There has to be a winner. Yes, Matt, you also ranked everybody 2. You actually didn't give anybody the win, which I thought was really interesting.
But
everybody lost.
Everybody second place, which is pretty good.
Yeah, well, it is good, but nobody got first place.
Oh,
That means everybody lost.
That'll be
by
good
the
enough
way-
for Miami tonight.
It could be good. By the way, before we get to anything else, I should mention that Tony Katz has the 1 year later a Red Tie Gala event, and you can win tickets if you go online right now to WIBC.com. Don't call in. Kylan can't give you any tickets, but you can win them. I think there's 2 VIP tickets that are part of the giveaway, but you go there, you fill some stuff out. The event is on the 24th, which is this Saturday, and it looks like it's going to be a bunch of fun. It looks like it's going to be an interesting evening, 6 to 7:30, mingle, appetizers, all kinds of stuff. 7 o'clock, doors open for Cosmopolitan Ballroom. Tony takes the stage at 7:30. You unwind and you mingled more from 9:15 to 10. Bourbon will definitely be served, I imagine, and several other things, wine, craft beer, whatnot. I got a message from Carl to mention that there is a giveaway right now online. So please check it out. All right. With just a few minutes left, we wanted to do one last thing because it's IU football day. Kylan found yet another IU-specific thing, and this is a somewhat holiday thing, even though it's already past the holidays. Twas the night before, not Christmas, but the national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the way that I debated, because this was off-air discussion, Matt Baer, and I don't think you were involved in it, so we're going to involve you in it on the air. I said Kylan can perform the whole thing by herself. She said all 3 of us should do it, you, me, and her. And then I came back with, well, what about just you 2 perform this? And I get to be entertained for the last couple. I get to take the last couple minutes off of the show.
Very pompous of you.
I think.
It is pompous of me, isn't it? Matt, what do you think? Do you think Kylan should perform it, or would you want to help her out?
I think since Kylan's the actress, Kylan should do it. That's because that's what I believe.
How do you feel about that, Kylan?
That's my opinion.
Hey, I'll hold all the Hoosier hysteria for the three of us. That's fine.
All right, fantastic. So then with the last couple minutes here left, it is a very special presentation. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC, and everybody else involved. Producer Kylan with her Hoosier hysteria. 'Twas the night before the national championship. Take it away, Kylan. Oh, nice.
'Twas the day of the Natty, in Miami so bright. The palms gently swayed in the warm ocean night. The Hard Rock lay waiting, all glowing and grand, for a title to be claimed by the best in the land. The Hoosiers had traveled far Bloomington from, with crimson and cream beneath tropical stars.
Yes, they
They
did.
braved all the battles, each snap, each test. Now one game remained, the biggest, the best. The Hurricanes gathered with swagger and speed, green and orange flashing, fueled by belief. From Coral Gables' heart to the edge of the sea, they dreamed of a crown and sweet victory.
This poem has no Uncle Luke in it, which you have to have when you're talking about Miami.
The helmets were polished, the playbooks were tight. Coaches still pacing deep into the night. Quarterbacks visualized spirals and throws, while defenses dreamed of sacks and big blows.
Very nicely done.
The fans filled the streets from South Beach to Bayside, debating and boasting, nowhere to hide. Go Hoosiers! Rang out with Midwestern pride. Go Canes! Came the answer, a thunderous reply.
Uh-oh.
Cigar smoke and sunshine, December turned gold. Hot
Apparently
takes
Tony's
grew
there.
hotter, the stories retold. From Rose Bowl to Peach, the journey was long. Now Miami would host where legends belong.
Edger and James.
The ball soon would fly through the humid air, with history waiting, hearts laid bare.
Yep.
One team would rise, one dream come true, in red and cream or orange or green and blue.
I'm exhausted.
So, sleep now, dear fans, if sleep you still can. For, well, now today brings glory one can command. When the lights blaze bright and the natties begun, immorality waits and the season is won.
I love the
Wow.
edits there. By the
Bravo, Kylan. Thank you.
Good job, AI. I'm assuming that was AI. There's no way my
You think
Facebook
so?
friend said, no, I
Okay.
guarantee
All
it.
Yeah, I can't wait. And I can't wait for immortality to be the thing that anybody gets in all of this.
Immortality?
Although I think you said immorality.
I did say that.
I mean, I'll eat anything if I think it's going to make me immortal. And that's just sort of me.
Or immoral. It's either one, man. Immortal or immoral. It's totally fine.
I guess
You
that's
leaned
dependent on the game.
Yes, you leaned into the theme of the show. Well, and honestly, the Miami Hurricanes are often called the criminals or whatever, the convicts, because at times some of those guys get arrested for stuff. All right, we're out of here.
Go
Hot take, I know.
Hoosiers!
Yeah, go Hoosiers. Hoosiers.
6:30
we're outta
tonight.
here. There you go. I think that IU has a really, really good chance at winning, especially since I'll be cheering for the other team, which means that Miami will definitely lose if I'm trying to get them to win. We're out of here. See you later. Matt's got traffic.
Oh, goodness. Looking at inbound 69 wide open right now from State Road 37 to 465. That is a 4-minute travel time here at the moment. Also, ICE reported ramps could be the thing today. So if you're like coming along I-70 and getting ready to peel off, say, Post Road, be careful about that because ICE has been reported on that ramp. But if it's there, it can be anywhere. We have ice reported downtown, 6570 Washington Street. So you see what I mean. Westbound 70 right now wide open as you make your way to the airport. Looking good from Meridian out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and Ameriplex. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now with B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, what's going on? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show. And I'm not going to lie to you. I needed help. I got a bald spot in the back of my head, and it's embarrassing. I see it when I'm on television. I see it when I'm on the YouTube channel. So I decided to reach out for help. And my friends at We Grow Hair Indie decided to help me out here. These guys are the absolute best. I was a little leery about it. I could not have a procedure that, one, hurt, or two, left me looking like I'd been scalped. But after I talked with Darren and the entire team at We Grow Hair Indie, they told me their state-of-the-art technology, the progress made in hair growth, it's going to be okay. If I can do this, you guys can do this. Contact the team at We Grow Hair Indy, 317-522-2995. That's 522-2995. Get that free evaluation. It's free. You can also go online to WeGrowHairIndy.com. Contact them today and do this with me. WeGrowHairIndy.com.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Indiana Foundation Service, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Join me January 24th as we sip some bourbon and talk about how we win the midterms. Trump, 1 year later, the Red Tie Gala, the highs of the last year, the lows of the last year, and how we win the midterms. We're going to drink great bourbon, eat great food, laugh a lot. Come join me January 24th, 2026, downtown Indianapolis at the Hyatt Regency. Trump, 1 year later, with me, Tony Katz. Go to tickets.tonykatz.com, tickets.tonykatz.com, or get your tickets right now at WIBC.com and join me for some great bourbon January 24th.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8-9-10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8-9-10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Comprehensive cancer care is not just about treating cancer. It's caring for the person behind the diagnosis. It's our team by your side to listen, connect, and encourage, and to celebrate every milestone together. Because at Franciscan Health, your journey is our journey. Your victory is our victory. Your hope and trust in us to provide extraordinary cancer care with the latest advancements, plus a little extra TLC, is our mission. Learn more at franciscanhealth.org/cancercare.
Pat Sullivan here. Fire emergency? I've had one. If you do, call Michaelis. Owner Richard Michaelis explains why.
Michaelis is local and family owned. 39 years of experience with 24/7, 365 response. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified, restoring your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
And Michaelis helps you through the insurance process, giving you peace of mind. Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at bwindow